Welcome to Survivor Speaks Investigates, where truth leads, silence breaks, and every case gets the voice it deserves. I'm Survivor Speaks, and today's investigation starts right now. This video is being shown to you under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowances is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, education, and research. Fair use is permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Smash that like button. Let's go. On. Yep, just a little late. Allie. YouTube lately and StreamYard, but I'm streaming directly from the platform from actually Restream today. So yesterday and the day before they were premieres. Allie, just to let you know, we are live over on X as well. And now that I'm sitting here thinking, I think we went over this story, but I don't think we went over it the way I want to go over it. Allie, put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me, please. Oh, 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Let me see. Let me go on my phone. Just give me 1 second here. Oh, okay. I see your 1. Thank you, Allie. Thank you so much. I hope you like the changes that's going on. I'm doing a rebrand, and I know that we had talked about not really doing the shows Monday to Friday until 7:30. So I'm gonna have to, really get a schedule together because I'm trying to go somewhere else on this platform, and so despite everything else that's going on in my life, I'm gonna have to just really tap in here. So hopefully Restream and YouTube won't give me any issues today because they've been bugging. But if you are here, please hit. Okay, so if you are here, hit the like button, share it out. Thank you so much, Allie. Thank you. I'm trying. I've been working, and then I'm also gonna end up. So yeah, Allie, thank you for always doing that. When you're here, you take care of that for me. Thank you so much. Because I'll be trying to just go live over here and not go live on X, but I'm trying to do something. I'm testing out some things. That's and so yeah. So today's show is about there's just so much going on. Like a lot of times, like I'll be dropping like premieres during the week. I'm trying to come up with a schedule, but it's just that making videos and editing is so time consuming. And then when I do the videos, I do them from not in my office, and I don't know, my MacBook is just working slow. But in order for me to get it done, I have to be able to work from both places. I'm going through a lot, don't judge me. So this monster here, she called 911 saying her 5-year-old daughter, she didn't really say her daughter, you're gonna hear it. She started to say daughter, but she just went all around it, and it was just messing with me. Also, Allie, let me tell you, so we are now
we'll always be Survivor Nation, but we are the Pink Justice Circle. You can update uh, what you drop in the chat. The Pink Justice Circle over here, and so yeah, I'm gonna be trying to do members only lives once a week, a live once a week, and then maybe 2 to 3 premieres. Don't hold me to none of that because y'all know I'm going through a lot. When I tell y'all gonna be like, "Oh man, I didn't know." But yeah, so I'm trying to come up with a schedule, something that I can realistically stick to. Because yeah, I still have my mother, that take care of that and going on. But I really, really need to really, really tap in and focus. And so there's a lot of stories that I've come across that I actually want to cover, and in addition to what is current. So we all know the Jarvis Butts took the plea deal. Let me just go through that real quick. Jarvis Butts took a plea deal where he faces up to 60 years. I need him to get the max. The deal is in order for him to be able to take advantage of the deal, he has to tell the prosecutors what he did to Desire and where he placed her. So I believe that that's scheduled for March 12th. I'm gonna have to look to make sure because I definitely need to schedule make my schedule around that date because I want to cover that live. When that does happen, you got the Courtney Clinton case that's going on right now. Well, I believe they got a start date for that for April, but she was just in court last week, and she thinks stuff is funny. She was blowing kisses, sticking her tongue out, like everything. Girl, this is not OnlyFans. You are in court. You are in court because you are incarcerated because you not only was you a DV abuser, you're also a Redrummer. So I need you to keep doing what you're doing so they can see who you really are. I'm not even going to persuade her to go the other way. Keep acting out when you got to come to court to do something. And then, yeah, because I want them to see who you really are. All right. So moving on from that, I do know that Cat Not Williams is covering that Courtney Clinton case. When it goes live, so I'm not sure if I'm going to cover that or not, but here we are. So this monster called 911 saying that her 5-year-old was unresponsive, but what investigators uncovered told a very different story, and now the truth has finally been revealed. So tonight we break down how this case went from emergency call to a 20 to 50-year prison sentence. I am your girl, Survivor Speaks. Survivor-led true crime reporting focused on clarity, accountability, and justice. So if you value respectful breakdowns of court cases, make sure that you are subscribed because the timeline in this case is everything. I need y'all to stay with me. And so also, before we get into this, and I will be dropping this couple of times during the show to show you how you can support the channel by subscribing, joining the membership. We are the Pink Justice Circle over here. We'll never get rid of the bows and hearts because that'll always be a part of the show, but the show is moving in a different direction, so I'm rebranding and making a whole lot of changes to the show. And so you can join the membership. We're going to be doing membership lives only once a week, or I'll just be sharing some things for the members. And then I won't make it public until, probably not in the same week. If I do a members live, I may, make it public the following week. Oh, they put that on as a new thing. Okay, whatever. And so you can also donate below. I am Survivor Speaks on Chime, and Survivor Speaks to You on and that's Survivor Speaks the number 2 letter U on Cash App. This is listen, y'all. I am going to be having the campaign going on because my birthday is Monday. So this is actually my birthday weekend. This is my birthday month. I'm running a campaign asking for donations of, just $1. But when I do put the campaign out, I would appreciate it. Everyone can share it out to whoever, and they don't have to be, just because I'm celebrating 18 plus years being a triple negative breast cancer survivor, and I'm proud of that. And so I never asked for anything really. So, but this year I am asking for, you can send $1 or more if you are so led to do so. I would definitely appreciate it, your girl. Yeah, I can take all the donations I can get right about now, because I'm making a lot of it. The donation stuff goes right back into the platform. But don't forget to hype up the video at the end. You just have to swipe. Swipe left from the comments, or right above it, and you'll see a button that says hype. Those, when they give you the option to hype, that is free. You're not spending anything. That's another free way to support the show, in addition to just hitting that like and subscribe button and sharing out the video. So, all right, and so let me just show y'all one more thing here. So this is just kind of something that I worked on incorporating it into the live. You'll see this graphic a lot on the premieres that I do. Yeah, we're making some changes over here, and I'm hoping that you guys will really, really like them. Thank you, Allie. Thank you. So yes, so we're gonna let's start this live, because I had to just. I'm like, you know what? I think I did this already, but I mean, and there's another case that I want to re-go over, because we went over it. We just watched a video of the interviews that they did with what was his name? Cole Beal, or well, anyway, he unalived his girlfriend, burned down the house, the dog, and everything. Went and told his cousin what he did, was mad at the cousin, so he pow-powed the cousin. A mess. But, yeah, I'm looking at it right here. We also, I really, really wanted to do this one again, because we highlighted him the last time. And we did not highlight the young woman that lost her life because of, his name is Cole Beal. So I'm going to be going over that. I don't know if I'm going to do a premiere or go live with that one, because this is a really, really good story to cover, because it's giving you like two things twofold, right? We have to value who we are as women and men, because I'm not one-sided, and and a lot of people don't have self-confidence. And so I don't think you should ever really lower your standards to meet somebody where they at. If they're lower than you, understand what I'm saying? If you are somebody that you work hard to, be at a certain level, and if you're a woman, a lot of women do this, you want to, I can't find anybody, so I'm going to lower my standards. I'm not saying that people should have like I'm Beyonce mentality, because first of all, I never even compare myself, because I can't even smell the tax bracket. Stay in your lane. But a lot of women do have low self-esteem issues, and you end up with somebody like Cole Beal. But when you come from a home where there's good parents, and they can see through the BS, right? And so then he did not value this woman. He was going to just burn the dog. She said, don't do it to the dog. Do it, take it out on me. Leave the dog alone. It doesn't have anything to do with me. And what did he do? He pow-powed her in the head. So I actually want to see how she was show how she was so supportive of him, speaking life into him, and all of the things. She had put herself through school, had a master's degree. She was actually working on her second master's degree. She had like a radio station. She was hosting a radio station talk show locally where she was. And, her parents just saw that he was actually leeching off of her. And so the mother said something. And so he just went left with it all. But I'm going to either do a premiere about that and make sure that I highlight Xavier Hill is her name. that's another story that I want to do. And then I also want to do a story, and it probably will be premieres. This is a story that is close to home, actually, just in New Jersey. I came across this story today about a young lady that moved to Dayton, Ohio. She was friends with this guy for 13 years. They met in the Navy. So she flew, she packed up. They were 13 years, they were friends for 13 years first. So they decided to date. So she thought she knew him, packed up, moved to Ohio, and he wound up unaliving her and her child. So there's just several things that I would like to go over, several cases that I already have lined up and in line, that I know, I'll either get them out the via premiere, or if I can do a live. I'm thinking about doing the membership lives on Sunday, possibly. I gotta think about it, but that sounds like that probably will be like the goal. And I want to say to everybody, please be safe. As you know, there is a war going on. I can't even believe that I'm saying that. There is currently a war going on, and it's a sad day. I don't even want to get into that. But yeah, it's a sad day because there is a war going on, and there's a lot that I just get frustrated with because I don't understand. Because if it was me, you, or anybody else, we wouldn't be, able to be anywhere. We're near doing what this guy is doing, and take, like, I don't even like talking about it. So I'm going to say shout out to Law and Crime Network. I'm going to be reacting to their video. And I'll have the link to the video in the description after the show is over. But excuse me. I'm going to be using their video under the Fair Use Copyright Act of 1976, and we're going to do commentary to that. And there's also a follow-up video that I would like to do. Her best friend actually did an interview, and yeah, it's just a little weird. So hold on. Yeah, so this is about the story of Janiyah Russell. And it's really a sick story. So I think I'm going to try to see if we can listen to this on double time. And if anybody is too fast for anyone, once I get to the story over here, or you can't hear, just let me know in the comments. All right. I don't know if I'll be doing a birthday live on Monday. I'm still thinking about it. I really don't know. I don't. I have to see what's going on, but I should. I don't want to do that. All right. It is 50 degrees. See, I guess everybody outside. I was trying to get here to start on time. Traffic was crazy. So it's 50 degrees. You would think that it's 75. Everybody's outside. Ciao. I was like, move out the way. I got somewhere to be. All right, let me bring this over so that we can get started on this. I share the audio. Yeah, okay. Let me see. Let me do that.
On Wednesday, September 11th of 2019 at around 7:45 a.m., 911 received a call from someone alleging to be the babysitter of a child that was unresponsive at an apartment complex in Las Vegas called The Suites.
Fire medical.
Hi, I need an ambulance.
What's the address of the emergency?
4855.
South, Boulder Highway, the street.
What apartment number?
In 1161.
I'm sorry, 1161?
Yes, in building.
And it's in Nancy?
Yes.
Alright, tell me exactly what happened.
I don't know. I gave my daughter, or my little girl I was babysitting, I gave her a bath, and she, I don't know what's going on at this point.
How old is she?
She's 5.
Is she awake?
You see how she said, I gave my daughter, and then she says the little girl that I'm watching, lady. She's not, let me just say this, she's not the little girl's mother, and she's actually, it's her boyfriend's daughter. And I don't know how she didn't see that he was a fruitcake. And the father too, I hope he get everything that he deserves in jail, the father. Because, it is just, okay. Let's go. Let me see. I'm supposed to move up this.
No, she's unresponsive at the moment.
Okay, so is she awake and unresponsive, or is she unconscious?
I'm not really sure.
Okay, so are you where she's at right now?
Yes, I am.
Okay, look at her. Is her eyes open? Is she passed out?
I'm not sure if she's passed out. Her eyes are kind of open.
Okay, is she breathing?
I'm not really sure. I can't tell.
Okay, so these are questions. All right, we're getting help started, but these are questions that are very important for me to know. So what I need you to do is put your ear next to her mouth and see if you can feel or hear any breathing.
No, I cannot.
Okay, so let's go ahead and get her on her back on the floor. Do that right now.
Okay, she's on the floor. Not on the back.
Okay, and she's still, yep, on her back on her back on the floor.
Okay.
All right, she's still unconscious, not breathing, right?
I believe so, yes.
Okay, so this is what we're going to do, okay? You're going to place the heel of, and you said did you come in there and find her like that, or were you in there with her when she did that?
On her bed, and I went in there to check on her, and now she's just unresponsive.
All right, this is what we're going to do, okay? So we're going to go ahead, and do you know if you have a defibrillator in the house?
No, I do not.
Okay, so you're going to place the heel of your hand in the center of her chest, okay? And just make sure there's no pillows or nothing underneath her neck, okay?
There's nothing.
All right, and just look at her mouth and make sure there's nothing in it. If it is, take it out.
Nothing in her mouth.
All right, so you're going to place your hand on her forehead, the other hand underneath her neck, and then you're going to tilt her head back, okay? And one more time, I just want you to put your ear next to her mouth one more time and see if you can feel or hear any breathing.
I don't feel or hear anything.
All right, so what I'm going to tell you how to do mouth to mouth, okay? So what you're going to do, you're going to pinch her nose closed and completely cover.
I do want to say thank you. The other day, she ended up getting, I guess some girls were bullying her because she played outside and stuff like that. And I guess they ended up jumping on her. Okay. And I don't know if that could have possibly had anything to do with it, because she did get beat up pretty bad from the situation.
Did she go to the hospital when that happened?
No, she didn't, because, we thought it was kids. So.
All right, well, let's go ahead and let's start this, okay?
I got to stop it. I got to give commentary anyway for anybody that always asks content creators, why do they stop when they are looking at a video and things of the things. We do have to give commentary. We just can't put the video up and play all the way through. But I want to point out how you just call 911, right? And they haven't even the ambulance is not even on the way, and you already are providing an alternate story about this little girl being outside, and when you had her come back inside, how she came back inside and was assaulted, and you're making excuses for the known injuries that you are going to see. They are going to see that is on her body way before they even asked you anything. I just want to tell you that, yeah, she was outside and she got pretty, and the 2 and 3 years old, the gang came and jumped her and stuff like that. Why? I want to choke her so bad, y'all.
Are coming though. Is there somebody else there with you that can open the door for us?
Nobody's here.
All right.
All right.
Okay, so this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna
that I'm the babysitter.
Pinch her nose closed and completely cover her mouth with your mouth, and you're going to blow 2 regular breaths into her lungs, okay? About 1 second each. Just
heck is going on?
To make the chest rise with each breath, okay?
Okay.
All right, so did you feel or see the air go in and out, or did her chest rise at all?
Her chest rose, and then the air just blew out her mouth.
All right, is she still unconscious and not breathing?
I'm assuming.
Okay, it's still the same as what it was when you checked just before you did that, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you're going to place the heel of her hand on her breastbone right between her nipples. Okay. No, your hand. You're going to place the heel of your hand, okay, in the center of her chest. You're going to, and then only with the heel of your hand touching the chest, you're going to push down about 2 inches, and you're going to start pumping her chest hard and fast 30 times, at least twice per second. So I'm going to count with you, okay? And then after the 30 times, we're going to do 2 breaths, okay? So let's start pumping, okay? We're going to 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now go ahead, pinch her nose, tilt her head back, and blow 2 more breaths into her lungs, okay?
Okay.
Let me know, and once you do that, start pumping her chest again 30 times.
Oh, sorry.
Now, if she wakes up, they're there? Okay, I'll go ahead and let them take over, okay?
Okay.
Thank you, bye-bye.
When the first responders arrived, the child, 5-year-old Janiyah Russell, was laying on the floor of the residence near the couch. She wasn't breathing. She had no pulse.
Look at this. Look at this. Let somebody look at this. What in the heebie-jeebies is going on here?
And she was unresponsive to pain. Only one other person was in the apartment when the medics arrived at around 7:50 a.m. And that person was 23-year-old Chevion Imani Miller. She told the first responders that the last time she had checked on Janiyah was around 4 a.m. Immediately, bruising was observed around the child's face. Then when the medics cut off her shirt so they could administer aid, they found similar significant damage to her torso as well. Chevion Miller told them that the little girl doesn't have any previous medical history. She also ruled out any possible injury resulting from a fall. Miller did, however, mention that Janiyah had been in a fight outside with other children a few days prior. Janiyah was rushed to Sunrise Hospital in the back of an ambulance. Upon arrival at the hospital, the child's body temperature was only 88 degrees. This is about 10 degrees cooler than it should have been. Janiyah was described as covered in bruises. Contusions were found on her forehead, eyes, lips, neck, arms, legs, and stomach. She had also sustained lacerations to her mouth and nose. Then she had serious bruises to her bottom, as well as 2 black eyes. Observations also revealed 3 broken ribs that were determined not likely to be from CPR. But the worst of all Janiyah's injuries was a major laceration on her liver that led to internal bleeding which, sadly, the little girl never recovered from. She'd passed away long before she got to the hospital.
I got a phone call from social services or from CPS. He called me and he said, I have to tell you something. I have some news. And I'm like, couldn't even fathom to think of what he was going to tell me next. He said, I was reading the paper. He said, Janiyah. And I said, who? He said, she passed away. I said, who passed away? What do you mean she passed? It was like an immediate emotional separation from that moment, that phone call. The memory is fuzzy after that. And I just remember saying, what? And according to Sarah, my youngest daughter, she was there. And as soon as I said, what? Like, think of a bomb. And when it hits, it just explodes out. So when I said that, she came running in the room. And according to her, she said she had to catch me because I was going down. You know you're gonna leave Grammy and Nene, right?
Yes.
With your daddy. You know that, right?
Yes.
You gonna have fun with your daddy?
Yeah.
That's good. You can call Grammy anytime, okay?
Okay.
I'm gonna give your daddy my phone number. Because I love you.
I'm gonna talk to my mommy, and then I'm talking to my mommy when he's being mean to me.
Okay. That ought to be interesting.
And
Okay.
then
She talking to her mother when she
and then my dad wouldn't me because that's why mommy told me I can don't my dad touch me, and then he's still touching me
No, hopefully
at the house.
we won't be doing all of that, okay? And you
Okay.
just have a great time with your daddy, okay?
Did y'all hear what she said? That her mommy told her daddy not to let her, to not touch her, and he still be touching me. So y'all can put 2 and 2 together and understand why I'm so frustrated with the father, because they're going to tell you about the injuries that she sustained from him being a PDF file to his own daggone child.
Okay. Why mommy told me don't my dad touch me, and then he's still touching me.
The coroner stated that the injury to her liver was so severe that it likely killed her within minutes. But these weren't the only damages Janiyah Russell sustained. There were small tears and abrasions to the little girl's genitals, inside and out. The doctor claimed he believes these are from blunt force trauma and introducing something foreign into the child's body. Then, underneath Janiyah's fingernails, a male sperm sample was found as well as another smaller sperm fraction inside the child. Both of these were sent away for DNA testing. Janiyah's death was ruled a homicide, and her cause of death, blunt force trauma. Her tiny little body seemed to have been used as someone's punching bag. This beautiful child with an infinite smile and never-ending energy had quite clearly been beaten to death. If the coroner was right, one can only hope that her passing was quick and she didn't have to suffer for long. Her estimated time of death was initially believed to have been within an hour of first responders arriving. But that's something we'll come back to later, because it may very well be an important key to what actually happened. What you're about to see is the body cam footage from Sunrise Hospital. This takes place shortly after arrival, before Chevion gives official voluntary interviews to police. This is the first time you'll see her on camera. Pay no attention to the time shown on the body cam, as it's inaccurate.
Hey ma'am, are you babysitter?
Yes.
Are you family?
Yeah.
Okay, who are you?
Sitting around?
I need to stay right here, please. Okay. I know this is very difficult right now, okay? I just need to get some information from you really quick, okay? And I need to just get that and then we'll go to the next step, okay? Who are you to the child? Nobody? Are you family?
Oh, no, I was dating her dad, so I just dated her.
Okay, and what's your last name? First name? What is it?
S-H.
What's your date of birth? And your social? No. And a good phone number for you, please. Thank you. Is it Siobhan? And then who's the father? What's his name? Who are you dating? Richard Davis?
Richard Davis.
Do you know his date of birth? And what's the child's name? Janiyah. Can you spell it, please?
J-A-N-Y-A-H.
And her last name, Davis? Okay, do you know her date of birth?
August 1st, 2014.
Okay, you said she got dumped at school?
No, she's not in school. I don't know what really happened. It was just in our neighborhood. I sent her outside to play, and she came back looking roughed up.
And when was this?
It was like the day before yesterday or yesterday.
So Monday?
Possibly, yeah.
Okay, so you went and let her outside to go play, and she came back all scruffed up?
It might have been yesterday, yes.
Yesterday? Okay. Did you call medical at any time or anything at that time?
I didn't because I thought, it was just some kids stuff.
Rough housing or something?
Yeah, it was no big deal.
Did she progress? Did she complain of anything in the
I
past?
just didn't send her back outside after that. And like I said, I was telling the nurse that when she was in the tub, she was like on her side, so she was kind of like sniffing and drinking the water. I don't really know how to explain it much, but she was like,
This morning?
It was last night. She took a bath for it. Yeah.
Okay, and then what happened this morning?
And I went to go, she went to bed last night, everything was fine, went to go check on her. Like I said, she was up 4 o'clock, I would say around that time.
This
looked
morning?
at me, maybe it was a little later, maybe 5. She looked at me, lay back down, didn't really say anything. Then I went to go check on her again, and she was just staring up.
What time did you look at her again?
Around 6, maybe 7. Probably must have been around 6.
And she wasn't responding to you?
No. I'm sorry, I'm trying to check the time.
And then that's when you called 911? You called at 7:45?
Yes, so I would say about 7. And when I laid back down because I thought she was just playing or just laying there.
Okay. And then that's when you called 911?
Yes.
Okay.
When I realized she wasn't playing.
Okay. Alright. Just hang tight for me, okay? We'll get some people to, I know you have somebody here, would you like somebody else to come help you through this process?
I don't know what to do.
Okay, just hang tight for me, okay? Hi, young lady. You awake? Hi.
I'm not sleeping.
Oh, okay, I didn't know. I didn't want to assume. I'm Officer Marshall of Los Angeles Metro. Hey, are you able to do a volunteer statement?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to bring you one, okay? I know you already talked to Officer Crimev, so I'm not going to re-question you a bunch of stuff and all that. I'll get any information I need from him, okay? And really, he's still in charge of whatever's going on over here. Okay? What happened to your head? How did you get scratched up? What happened to your head? How did you get scratched up?
I'm not sure. I didn't even know I was scratched up.
No? Okay.
Stuff happened.
Yeah, I get it. You from Cali? Is that 504? I thought that was 7 count. I'm gonna close this out so you can have some peace.
There's no peace.
Well, you know what I mean. So other people aren't all in your business, you know?
This has to be a joke.
Well, unfortunately, I'm sorry it's not. I'm gonna explain this to you, okay? You can take your time, fill it out at your convenience if you want to fill it out, okay? Here, I'll give you this. This is work on. So if you want to start here, can you see it or no? This is your name, okay? Just fill out all this information as correctly as you can, including a good address and a phone number for you. And the details, it's literally whatever you know happened, okay? From last night, I know there was some mention of some water getting swallowed and stuff like that. Probably important stuff to put in here, okay? When you're all done, I'll be right here with you, okay? Any questions to anything so far?
Why do they keep trying
Keep trying what?
to save her? I thought she was dead. I thought she was just leaning. So where do we go from here?
Well, a couple detectives will come out. Obviously, they're going to have to do a little bit of an investigation, at least to determine what happened with the job. And they'll talk to you and get your side of the story, whatever happened. That's why I said you don't have to fill this out because they're going to come in here and talk to you anyway. Okay. And then from there, whatever they decide will happen or whatever their investigation will lead them, we'll go from there. Yeah. What you should know, girlfriend or producer has some cuts on the back of her head. They look pretty fresh. I have no idea how they got there. Thank you. You can see it in between the braids. Yeah. But it looks pretty fresh.
Shortly after this body cam footage concludes, investigators arrive at the hospital and record voluntary statements from Chevion Miller. This is an edited down version of the first one.
Today's date is September 11th, 2019, and the time is 10:57 in the morning. This interview is taking place at Sunrise Hospital. Also present is Detective Hernandez, P number 7567, and Investigator Rosalind Flores from the Coroner's Office. Are you from Vegas? Where are you originally from?
Louisiana.
Louisiana? Okay. How long have you been out here?
Since I was 13.
Okay. Did your family move from Louisiana, or did you come out here by yourself?
I moved with my auntie, and then I was in foster care.
Okay, all right. Now, it's my understanding that you live with a Mr. Richard Davis?
Yes.
Okay. And that's your boyfriend? Okay. How long have y'all been dating?
5 years.
5 years? Okay. Do y'all have any children? No. And does he have any other children other than Janiyah? Did I say it right? Okay. How long have you guys lived over at 4855?
Like 4 or 5 months.
About 4 or 5 months? Okay. Do you work?
Not at the moment.
Okay. Have you worked prior?
Yes.
What kind of work did you do?
Call center, surveys.
Okay. Was that here in town in Vegas?
Yes.
Okay. And you say you've been out here since you were 13? Well, let's see, how old are you now?
23.
23? Okay, so you've been here for 10 years.
Alright.
Does Richard work?
He did.
He's not currently working? What kind of work did he do?
Walmart.
Walmart? Okay. When was he let go?
About 2 weeks ago.
About 2 weeks ago? Okay. So I guess my question is, how are you paying the bills if neither one of you are working?
Well, since neither one of us is working, we have outside help and stuff like that.
Okay, so you got friends and family, maybe, or?
Yeah, we were supposed to be moving with somebody.
So you've pretty much been involved with Janiyah since she was born, since she was a baby, yeah?
No, he just got custody of her a year ago.
Okay. So the mom had, did they share custody prior to that?
No.
So mom had full custody, and now he has full custody?
Pretty much.
Okay. Do you have any contact with the mom?
Not really. She calls, but when she calls, we just let her talk to Janiyah. She don't really talk to us as much.
Okay. All right then. Do you have any family here in town currently?
I do, but I don't associate with my family as much.
Not with yours? Mm-hmm. Okay. And what about Richard? Does he have any family here?
We seem like every once in a while.
Okay. Does anyone else live with you guys over at 4855?
No.
Any household pets? Dogs, cats, birds?
Just a cat.
Just a cat? Okay. Who takes care of Janiyah when you guys are working?
We switch out. Typically when he works, I work on his off days. So the days that he's off, I stay at home with her. And then the days that I'm off, he stays at home with her. And then we need somebody to, we just ask somebody to watch her if we need to.
Okay. And how is Janiyah? Is she healthy? A little girl? She playful, active?
Yeah, all of that.
Any medical concerns with her?
Not at all.
Did she go to school?
She was about to start.
She about to start to go to, what's 5? So kindergarten?
She's smart. She was going to be in first grade.
Oh, okay. Was she already enrolled?
No, we were moving around, so we didn't, like I said, he just got her, so he didn't really have her social. And the little girl we were babysitting, we had to pick her up from school, and he was going to see if we could put her in her school.
All right. So let's, what I'd like to do is we want to talk about how we all ended up here today. You know, just be honest with me and tell me the story, all right?
Yesterday, she was outside playing, and she came back in the house crying because she had run into a scuffle. But last night, after dinner and stuff, she ended up getting in the bath. She was in the tub, and it's like she was like sniffing or drinking the water, and I had to like, you know, correct her about it because she was like, I don't know if she was like, I don't really know how to explain how she was doing it, but she was like trying to breathe almost in the water. Like, I don't really know how to explain it. But so like I said, I corrected her about that. Everything was fine. Put her to bed, checked on her. Like I said, she wakes up periodically, so a few times out the night she gets checked on. And by 4 o'clock, I would say 4 o'clock because it was right before her dad left, got up and checked on her. She was fine, she was up. He left. I laid back down, went to sleep, got up to check on her because, you know, normally she's up at a certain time. And she was just staring. I don't really know. It's that look I thought she was just laying there or just playing, but normally if she sees me, she'll pop her head up or something. So I just didn't pay any mind to it, so I went to go lay back down for like another 30 minutes until I realized she didn't get up to knock on the door. She didn't call for me or nothing, so I went to go check on her again, and she was still looking the same. And so I was just like, okay, something's wrong. And at that point, I called her dad, and then I called the hospital.
Okay, so you say yesterday, which is going to be Tuesday the 10th, you said she was outside and that she had gotten into a scuffle.
Or something up to where she came back, just ruffled up, yes.
About what time do you think that was?
It was like later on in the day, older time of day, maybe 4 or 5 o'clock, maybe.
So about 4 or 5? Who was home at that time?
I believe it was just me home at the time.
So she said that she came into the apartment. How did she look?
Beat up. Like her eyes, her face, she just looked like somebody had roughed her up. Her hair was pulled. Her clothes were messed up. Like she was all dirty and stuff. Like she was just outside playing or, you know, getting roughed up or something. And by the time we went out there to go see what was going on, everybody was gone. There was nothing or no one to be found.
All right. So what did she tell you happened?
She was just like, they were being mean to her, and I kept saying, who was they? She was like, the kids. Like, she was just really upset.
So she didn't tell you the names of any of the kids, or?
She had just started going outside, so I don't think she would even know their names like that. Because, like, we don't send her outside like that. It shouldn't have been no kids on her, to be honest, but...
Has she got hurt like that before? Outside?
She don't go outside.
So this is the first time she's ever been outside?
It's not the first time she's been outside. That's just one of the first few times.
Okay.
And I didn't really think to, you know, ask where were you at when, you know, I figured I knew where she was at.
Did you hear any fighting? Did you hear kids?
I always heard kids because we live right by the pool.
Did you hear her cry out or cry for help? Or
no.
You didn't hear her screaming or crying or anything like that?
She's a tough kid.
She's tough? Okay. So she comes in after the incident outside. Did you check her body out to see what was going on? Did you see if she was hurt?
She was.
And what did you see hurt?
Her face.
Can you... Well, so what was on her? What did you see on her face?
She had a black eye, and then like the other side of her face was kind of messed up. It was some other things. I don't know. I think her mouth might have been messed up.
So what happens after you check her out?
You know, I checked her out, made sure. Like I said, I went to go see what was going on outside. Okay. Everything had died down at that point.
Did y'all have dinner that night?
Yeah, of course.
What was for dinner?
Well, we don't honestly have much in the house right now, so she just had tater sauce and a sandwich.
Did she eat what normal size portions?
Yes.
What time do you think dinner was?
She got to bed at 9, so I would say it was like maybe 8:30 or 8:30.
Okay. So at 8:30, 9 o'clock, she seems fine. She had supper. Is Richard home at this time?
Oh, yeah.
So he's what time did he arrive home?
Like right before she had to go to bed, so like 8 something.
Okay.
It was like 8 something.
And where was he at?
Janiyah's father, Richard Davis, was gone during the time Chevion claims the little girl was in a scuffle with other children on September 10th. He was, in fact, at a Popeye's chicken restaurant eating food with another man. We can verify this with security footage from the establishment. During the video, while waiting for his food to be made, he can be seen being very annoyed about something. I have no clue and can't even begin to speculate about what made him so
in here because y'all know I got to do it. First of all, he looked like Shamar in this picture. No, nothing against Shamar. But first of all, he looked like Shamar in this picture. Second of all, he's flaming. And for anybody that don't know what flaming means out there, he's sweet. Flaming. I wouldn't even be looking at him and giving him the time of day. But not only do he messed with girls, he messed with boys and little girls and little boys and his own child. So this is why I say I hope he's getting everything that he deserves while he's behind the wall. But pay attention to this sweet behind man-child PDF file.
Frustrated. Nevertheless, for the purpose of creating a timeline, let's quickly recap what Chevion says happened to Janiyah from Tuesday, September 10th when Richard was out eating until emergency personnel arrived the following morning. According to Chevion during her first interview with police, between 4 and 5 p.m. on Tuesday, September 10th, Janiyah...
You see how he's... Listen, ladies, if you would date somebody that is this... Child, I don't have nothing against anybody's, preference. But when you out here cosplaying like you are not this way, and everything about this situation that they showing us is telling us something different, y'all ladies need to open up y'all eyes, because he don't even give me DL man. He just gives me straight fruitcake, and he got the nerve to be assaulting women. Essaying little children, his own child.
is in an altercation with children outside the apartment complex she lives in. She comes home crying, upset, and beat up, sustaining a black eye, additional facial damage, possible mouth injuries, and pulled hair amongst other signs she's been roughed up by someone else. But when Chevion goes outside to investigate, she doesn't see anyone suspicious. A short while later, Richard returns home at 8 p.m., just before Janiyah eats a dinner between 8:30 and 9 p.m. consisting of tater tots and a sandwich. Chevion claims that Janiyah ate a normal portion of the meal before taking a bath and going to bed at around 9 p.m. in her normal spot on the couch in the front room. She follows up that she and Richard then went to bed at around 11 p.m. While in the bath Tuesday night following the altercation, Chevion claims Janiyah was trying to sniff, drink, or breathe the water in the tub. She states that she had to correct Janiyah about it, but offers no further explanation during this interview. She goes on to claim that everything was fine when she put Janiyah to bed. She then says she checked on the child at around 4 a.m. and the child was fine and up. This was just before Richard left to go donate plasma in town. For those of you who don't know, plasma is the liquid part of your blood. You can donate it regularly for cash. Richard then leaves the apartment at around 5 a.m. and can be spotted on a bus heading into town. Soon after, Chevion gets up to check on Janiyah again, and this time she does so by pulling back the little girl's covers. She claims Janiyah was staring back, open-eyed and blank. There was no interaction exchanged between the two. Chevion lays back down for 30 minutes before realizing something is off, as Janiyah, uncharacteristically, was not yet awake and up. After checking on the little girl for a third time and realizing that Janiyah was indeed unresponsive, she decides to call Richard at the Telecris Plasma Donation Center because he left his phone at home. After 6 minutes of talking with Richard on the Telecris phone line, the call ends and Chevion contacts emergency services just before 8 a.m. Now that we've got the timeline down, I'd like to remind you not to get comfortable. Chevion provided 3 interviews to police, and her story does a fair bit of changing. Her third interview is a full-on video interrogation. If you really want to help piece together what happened to Janiyah Russell, stick around. The family could use your help. It's also worth noting that while the couple don't have any other kids themselves, they regularly babysit for other parents. Specifically, during this time, 2 little girls aged 5 and 1 that belonged to an ex-co-worker of Richard's named Liz. The last day they babysat these children was Monday, September 9th from 2 to 11 p.m. Their mother Liz had worked with Richard in Walmart before being let go. He, Chevion, and Janiyah were all about to move in with Liz, with the plan being to babysit her kids full-time as a means to pay rent. Of course,
they wouldn't babysit my dog, or my cat, or my goldfish, or my lizard. They wouldn't be babysitting nothing. Why he looks so different here? He was flaming in the Popeyes video, and your daughter at home eating tater tots in a sandwich. I tell you,
this would never happen because the day Richard planned to move was the day Janiyah died. And these aren't the only kids that Richard and Chevion looked after. And we'll get to that in a minute, as that information comes with a bombshell.
So you check on at 7:30, 7:45. How did she look then?
And so at that point, I figured something was wrong. She was looking the same, not moving, and then I realized her hands were really cold. So I turned on the heater, thinking that maybe she's just really cold.
What, did you check her breathing?
Yeah.
Was she breathing?
I don't think so. I couldn't really tell for sure.
You say you called Richard first?
Mm-hmm.
What did you tell him?
I just told him he needs to hurry up and get over because I don't know what's going on. And she's not breathing. And he's like, well, you need to hurry up and go to the hospital. Like, okay. I just wanted to.
Okay, so then I'm guessing paramedics arrive and they grab Janiyah up and take off. So part of what we do is we examine Janiyah's body. Mm-hmm. She's got a lot of injuries. She has a lot of injuries. And earlier, when I first, when we first started our conversation, I asked you to make sure that you're honest with me and you tell me the truth with what happened. Mm-hmm. And that's important. I've been doing this for quite a while, and I can tell you that the extent of injuries that she has on her body is not from a scuffle.
I don't know about the extent of injuries on her body.
Well, I can tell you that I've seen her body, and I'm telling you, this didn't come from a scuffle out in front of your apartment. Her injuries are extensive.
Yeah, the only thing that I knew of that was new to me was the spot on her stomach. I don't know where the that came from at all. I mean, anything else I told you about, that's what I saw, and I did mention that.
So this all happened yesterday. You got to tell me how she got hurt like that.
I'm telling you how she got hurt like that.
She didn't get hurt like that.
Well,
I need you to tell me the truth.
I'm telling you.
That child's injuries did not come from a scuffle out in front of your apartment complex.
Tell me what the injury
I'm telling you.
I'm not trying to be funny at all.
I know you're not.
I'm really trying to figure out, because the only thing I knew about was her face. And then, like I said,
she has bruises all over her abdomen, all over her arms, all over her legs, all over her face, all over her head, all over her neck. She looks like she's been in a fight with an MMA fighter. She didn't get this from a scuffle out in front of your apartment. I'm telling you 100%, no doubt in my mind. I don't doubt that she was beat, but this didn't happen out in front of the apartment complex from some kids.
Wow.
And when she was in the bath,
The most she did was like,
describe that for me. I was just kind of wondering what that was. What do you mean she was sniffing the water? What is it?
like I said, because like I said, after that or whatever, she was laying down in the tub and she was like kind of on her side. So like, I thought she was like just laying in the water and then like maybe blowing the water out her mouth, like out of her mouth area so she can breathe or whatever. But I realized that she was kind of like, it kind of seemed like she was like trying to drink the water or something. Like, I don't really know how to explain what she was doing, because once I seen her doing it, I was just like, okay, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's dangerous. You know.
What'd she say?
She don't talk back. She's just gonna get up and not.
She's go back.
Yeah, she's just gonna stop doing it.
Did you have to get her out of the water or anything like that?
No, but the water was kind of like high to her body. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if she's laying flat, you see how little she is, and it was like halfway covering up her. So that's why I was like, okay, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like,
when you got out of the water, how long was she in the bathroom?
I don't know, because like I said, she ended up staying in there a little while longer because I let her wash herself off, and then she likes to be in the tub, so she soaked herself up and stuff like that.
Did you wash her like vaginal area or anything like that? Was she especially dirty or anything like that?
What?
Her private parts, her vaginal area.
Did you say was she especially dirty?
Yeah, was she dirty? You said she got a scuffle.
She had on clothes.
But did you have to wash her any like harder than normal? I'm just like other than normal stuff.
No, not at all.
Okay. You said you had to correct her.
Yeah.
And what does that mean?
Told her to not do.
That's it?
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to do? Okay.
I'm really still stuck on the fact of what you said. I really am.
When she came in, because you said that Richard wasn't there, and she told you that she got into a scuffle out in front of the building, did you call him or send him a text, hey, she got into a fight?
I would say he don't really have a phone. The phone he do have is on Wi-Fi, so typically he's not really going to take that phone because I'm the one that has Janiyah. So in case of an emergency, I need to call somebody, which we don't really have emergencies, and we don't ever really need to call nobody, ever.
Okay. As far as discipline, because she is 5, and all of us here have children, we know how 5-year-olds are.
She gets whoopings.
Did she get a whooping? Okay. Explain to me how she gets a whooping.
Honest, it just depends on what she did. She was a very different type of kid, so like I said, it just depended on what her actions were. Like sometimes she'll be in the corner, workout, that type of stuff.
What do you mean workout?
Wall sits, because I don't really like whoopings.
Okay.
So I make her work out, or she stay in the corner.
Give me an idea of an exercise program you put her on for discipline.
I say if she's been lying, she can do wall sits, and then she can do some push-ups.
Okay, so she'll put her back up against the wall with her legs bent, and then she holds her hands up?
Yes.
How long will you make her do that for?
And I say it's just the case. Like I said, for lying and stuff like that, or trying to be in wrong folks' business, it just depends. Like she'll do sets, like, you know what I'm saying? So say she'll do count to 10, stand up, and then go down, count to 10, stand up. It's like that. It's not like no extreme workout challenge. It's really simple stuff.
How many push-ups?
10. Everything's count to 10.
Okay. When she gets a whooping, do you use your hand, or you use an object? A belt?
I don't really give out the whippings. I leave that to her dad. But if he's not really like there, and it's just like, okay, she's being too bad, and my form of punishment is not working, then it might be a belt. But yeah, that's about it.
Was she disciplined yesterday?
No, for what?
Oh, I know. Was she disciplined for anything?
No.
What about the day before?
No, we were released the day before. So if she was looking like that, somebody would have seen her like that.
No, I'm saying just about discipline. I'm not saying that she looked like that 2 days ago. I'm asking if she was disciplined 2 days ago for anything, for being bad.
No. Say for example, if anything, like yesterday, she don't really like to learn. So when she was pretending not to know a word that she was sounding out, she's really smart. It can take her a minute to do it, but sometimes it can take her longer because she doesn't want to learn. So for that, she had to stand in the corner. But that's the most she had to do yesterday, was stand in the corner.
So she stood in the corner yesterday?
Yeah.
Give me what time that was. When were you doing studies?
Around 12.
Why did she get put in the corner yesterday again?
Because basically she didn't want to. She knew what a word was, and she was pretending like she didn't know what it was.
And what word?
a word that we were working on. She was pretending like she didn't know what it was. So she ended up getting in trouble.
What was the word?
Fat.
Fat? It's an easy one. Yep. Is she receptive to discipline? You know, does she...
She can be, but, you know, we just work with it.
Okay. Does it frustrate you?
She's fine.
It's typical 5-year-old behavior, yeah? Okay. Alright, so she gets... So, occasionally she'll get a whooping with a hand or a belt. She also does, what do you call them, wall sits? Wall sits and push-ups? Sit-ups, anything like that?
No, squats.
Squats? Okay, is that against the wall or freestanding?
You know squats. You know
I know what squat is, yeah.
Yes, freestanding.
Okay. Alright.
Can I ask you really quick too? I know we had touched on it, but you had said she had complaints last night. What were her complaints? Was she complaining with headache? Was she complaining like she wanted to throw up?
Yeah, no, she didn't ever say she wanted to throw up, but you know, you asked like, oh, does your hair and stuff like that, right? Yeah, she did say, yeah, it's a little. And she didn't really, like I said, she's kind of tough, so she doesn't really complain too much. So if something was really bothering her like that, I don't think I would have known, because like I said, she's tough, so she would have probably just tried to sleep it off.
I was just asking, so I thought you had said she did have complaints last night. Did I hear that wrong?
No, you heard it right. Yeah, okay. She did.
So then I just want to be clear that her complaints were that you asked her for head hurt and she said yes.
No, it hurt everything, like, you know, just because of the fact that like what happened, and that's part of the reason why she ended up getting the fact, because, you know.
Did you tell Richard about the scuffle up front? What did he say?
He was concerned. He asked what I did. And then, you know, it was just, like, he's the type of parent, he's a guy, so he just feels like it'll make her tougher. He was concerned, but, you know, he don't really show his emotions like I do.
Did you call the police?
No.
Did you call security?
No.
Did you go knock on any doors?
No, because she was just supposed to be playing outside.
So your little girl comes in, black eye, bloody lip.
I went to go see what was going on, but like I said, by the time I got out there, it seemed like everything just, even the pool is open.
I mean, you didn't knock on no doors? You didn't say, hey, anybody see anything? You didn't seem like kid get beat up? You didn't ask nobody?
I didn't think about it. And yeah, she was spitting out blood when she came back too, like her mouth. That's what I'm saying, like her mouth was like, it wasn't like really like leaking, but I seen it was like red.
Did she wipe it up with anything?
I cleaned it up.
With what?
Tissue. Just tossed it in the trash. I mean, in the toilet.
Flush them down?
Yeah.
Okay. And let me ask you this, is there any domestic violence issues in the home?
No.
You ever get in a scuffle with Richard?
I mean, everybody argued, dude.
Everybody argues. I mean, you ever put his hands on it?
No.
We have to ask. Drugs or alcohol use in the house?
I mean, we smoke.
Smoke what?
Weed.
It's illegal now. I mean, we don't care. Is there anything else?
No.
I mean, we're not here for that. We're not drug people. We're not, is there any meth or any cocaine we're gonna find in the house or nothing crazy like that? Okay. And we just have to ask.
None of that.
Has anybody other than you or Richard watched in Iowa this week?
No.
How would you describe these whippings that she would get? And are pretty forceful? Did she cry?
Well, don't you kids cry after getting yelled at. I had to sit the baby in the corner because she kept fighting her sister.
Okay, but can you describe the lumpies like you said it was with a belt? I mean, pretty forceful, pretty hard?
We don't do weapons with a belt all the time. That's why we do workouts and stuff. But if she do have to get a belt, it's on her butt.
Okay. First off, when's the last time she got a whipping with a belt? I don't know. You don't know?
No.
You can get whipped within the last 24 hours?
No, she shouldn't have. No. Like I said, she was standing in the corner. That's the most trouble she could have possibly been into.
At any point was she with her dad by herself without you there?
Not for non-knowledge, I don't think.
And when she moved, or when dad got full custody, was she with mom before that?
Foster care. She was with her mom, but she went to foster care. She got her back and back.
Foster care here or where?
In Colorado.
And if I seem like, I know agitated isn't the right word, I see injuries like this on children. And because you don't have a better explanation other than she was outside and got into a scuffle, that's not good enough. That's not.
I understand that.
I'm sorry. It isn't.
Okay.
When a child has that, when her body is bruised from head to toe like that.
I promise you, I'm really trying to figure out.
You're telling me that you didn't seem like it was that big of a deal. And when Richard sees the stuff like that, it makes her tougher. Both of her eyes are black. She has 2 black eyes. She has bruising all over her stomach, her arms, her legs. She looks like she fell out of an airplane. And you're telling me it was a scuffle outside. And then apparently you didn't call the police. You didn't tell security. You didn't do anything. I'm assuming you've been with this girl for 5 years or for a year. I'm assuming you love this little girl. You take care of her.
She calls you mommy, right?
She calls you mommy? And she comes in beat up and you know, hello.
I'm understanding.
No big deal.
No, it's not no big deal. When she told me I'm ready to go fight, I'm not ready to call the police. I'm not ready to call security. I'm ready to go whip somebody else. Because you can my child.
Then why?
That's the type of person I am. I told you when I went out there, it's like everybody had disappeared. Nobody was outside playing no more. The whole situation just completely died down. What am I supposed to really do?
You didn't knock on no neighbor's door and say, hey, have you seen anybody put their hands on my kid?
Like I said, I really didn't think about it. I was just ready to whip some ass right then and there. And when I'm in that mode, that's all I'm thinking about. And especially when it comes to her.
You got a little bit of a temper?
No.
No?
When it comes to the right reasons.
Okay.
And somebody putting their hands on her is the right reason.
So if my kid...
And I didn't know she was... Her arms...
Yeah.
Her legs...
Yeah.
Her head?
Yes.
No, the most I knew about was her face. But the fact that you're saying is all that, I'm really confused. I'm genuinely confused right now.
Me too.
I didn't know it was that serious.
That's why I want a better explanation.
Can you give me one?
I wasn't there. You were there.
I wasn't outside with her.
You're saying that all those injuries happened to her from a scuffle outside your apartment. That's what you're.
That's the only way I know if it's coming from. I'm being so thorough right now.
All right, that's what we're gonna go with. In follow-up?
Nope, that's it.
Operator, this is Detective Conover. That concludes the interview. The time is 11:52.
Roughly an hour and a half after Chevion's first interview, while still at Sunrise Hospital, she requests to speak to authorities for a second time. This is where her testimony starts to change drastically. For the record, there's no doubt that Chevion Miller is lying about what happened to Janiyah. This is irrefutable. The question, though, is for what purpose is she being deceptive? You'll want to watch this whole documentary before you make up your mind. It's crucial that you're aware of all of the available details first.
It is September 11th, 2019. The time is 13:26 hours. We are at Sunrise Hospital. And also, again, we'll be speaking with Chevion Miller. And Chevion, you said that you had some more information that you wanted to share with us?
Yeah, I forgot to tell you that when I called 911 initially and they told me how to do the CPR, water was coming out of her mouth and nose. So I don't know if that had anything to do with anything, but her mouth and nose had water coming out of it as I was doing the CPR.
Water?
Yes.
Okay. And you were getting instructions on the phone about how to do CPR?
I was on the phone doing the CPR. This is why I'm really that. I completely forgot about that. It was, as I'm pumping, it's water coming out of her mouth, just flowing out of her mouth and her nose on the floor, right in front of the couch.
Did anything else come up with the water?
It was like mucus. As a matter of fact, I think she had some spit like hanging out of her. I don't know how I'm forgetting everything that I needed to tell you.
Okay.
Yeah, she had like that's what made me even acknowledge it too. She had like spit hanging out of her mouth and stuff when I went to go check on her again. And then like I said, once I called and did the CPR, it was water coming out of her mouth and nose. It was water coming out, and the only thing I could think of, she just kept saying, just checking to see if she's breathing. And that's the only thing I was worried about. I didn't even say, oh, it's water coming out while I was on the phone. I was just trying to check and see if she was breathing. I don't know if that had something to do with the fact that she was drinking the water in the tub or whatever it was that she was doing in the tub. So it's like, I really don't know.
When did she get it back?
Like, last night.
What time?
Probably right before dinner, so like 7.
Was Richard there?
I'm not sure. I don't know, because I feel like when around the time when it was time for her to go to bed and stuff, I feel like he came like right after she went to bed. I'm not really like I said, I completely forgot to tell y'all that the water was coming out of her nose and mouth, which is a very important detail. So it's just like I can't even remember if he was there or not. Like, I'm kind of traumatized, if you would choose to say. Like,
did she dress herself after a bath, or did you dress her?
I typically dress her.
And I know I asked you this before. When you got her dressed after the bath, you didn't notice any of these other bruises that we've been talking about. Because remember, I said her body's covered.
No, that's what I'm saying. I would have noticed it getting her out the tub. I really did not notice all that stuff. I genuinely, I'm telling you, like, even with her head, like the fact that you're saying her head is, whatever you're saying is going on with her head, I'm really like surprised. The only thing that I know of that she could have possibly done, but my nieces haven't even been around, they hit each other a lot. But my niece haven't even been around her, so it's just like, I'm not understanding at all where she'll be getting these head injuries from.
Okay. Obviously, we're going to find out what more injuries we're going to have tomorrow after the exam.
More?
What other injuries? We don't know. I don't know what's inside. I don't know what's going on. So that's up to a doctor to tell us what.
She have internal injuries?
I don't know. I have no idea. So we're going to have the doctor exam. If there are other injuries, we're going to know. We're going to find out.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Is there anything else we're forgetting to ask you? Anything else that would have happened that might have caused these things?
No, but now, like I said, I'm kind of upset that I didn't tell you guys about that water from the beginning, because that's the only thing that I could really think about at this point is that water. Okay. And it was coming out of her when I was doing CPR.
When he leaves?
Like I said, when he left, I went right back to sleep.
Okay.
So
did you see her at that time?
No, I didn't get up until a few hours later.
No, you were awake, but you didn't get up out of bed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was up, but I didn't get up.
Did you see you stay?
Yeah, because I was, matter of fact, I'm lying. I did get up. I had to lock the door.
Oh, you locked the door behind you?
Yes, I did. I forgot, because I just heard it was a serial killer on the loose. How ironic is that? So I ended up, I'm like, babe, I'm just going to lock this door because it's crazy out here. But I didn't really acknowledge her. I just went back to the room.
Okay.
That's why I'm not remembering that, you know, I did get up at that point in time, but I didn't check on her until I woke up later on.
Okay.
And then, you know, I realized she was different than normal. And then I just kind of still kind of brushed it off because, like I said, the way she was looking, I really thought she was possibly just laying there. And then I realized, like I said, she's not getting up. Okay, let me go check on her again, make sure everything all right. And then I realized, okay, something's wrong. Like I said, that's when she had to spit on her pillow. And then that's what I'm saying. I don't know why I'm missing the stuff that matters. And then that's when I realized, okay, she's a little cold. Let me turn the heater on. Then I called her dad, like, okay, something's not right. And then I called 911, which I probably should have called 911 first and then her dad. But I just wanted him to know, okay, you're going to have to go to the hospital because once I get on the phone with the ambulance, I'm not going to be able to call you. And that's pretty much how it was.
A few days ago, Richard told us about an incident that happened a few days ago.
What happened a few days ago?
With, you have a girlfriend named Janiyah? And was she over there visiting you guys at your place with her kids?
Yeah.
Do you remember something happening that day?
That might have been the day me and her left. So I'm not, but I don't know, we're kind of busy sometimes too. So it's just like, my sister hasn't really been over there. I mean, like, it probably was the other day, but I don't really remember exactly what day it was because it was like right before we got the little girls. So it was the other day, but I don't remember, you know.
Is Janiyah your sister? Or she's a friend?
She's my friend, but.
What's her last name?
Johnson. What did he say happened with her?
Well, I don't want to tell you what he said. I want to see if you were. So I want to see if you were there. If you remember an incident that happened.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if I was there because I know it's always something like that.
Did he tell you about an incident?
I'm not sure. Like, that's what I can't guarantee because I know for a fact she ended up headbutting with my niece. I don't know for sure exactly, you know, what it could possibly be that he's talking about.
Did he tell you that something happened?
It's always something happening.
It's something that.
She is just rambling. She is talking about any and everything that don't have nothing to do with this investigation. Like, girl, you are so guilty. Just run your mouth, run your mouth, run your mouth. Did nobody tell you that you should have asked for a freaking attorney? Because you giving out information they ain't even asking for. And it's not doing you any good. What color was the bus that you used to take to school? Because I know you was it the long or the short bus? You are disgusting. You and that no good man that unalived this daughter. Because you cannot tell me the way she responded in the beginning. He was there. He left so that she could call the cops to report that baby wasn't breathing. And he left to put all the weight on her. I think before they arrested him, he had a new girlfriend and everything. Girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, because he's sweet. Child, she getting on my damn nerve answering questions. You don't know about the right to remain silent? Child, she just is telling and I got on white drawers and I had them on all week. And they didn't ask you that shit.
You would go, oh, okay. When I say something happened, I mean it's something that's serious that you would go, oh, okay, that's what happened. Or she would have gotten a whooping.
Oh, where she got a whooping? Mm-hmm. Was it, she was kissing the girls on the mouth or something?
Nope.
Oh, then I don't know for sure.
So were you there when that happened? Did you see that?
When she was kissing the girls on the mouth?
Mm-hmm.
Did I see that happen? I was there that day. I don't think he was there. That's what I'm saying. I don't know because it's always something going on. We always have kids at the house. Like, this is not nothing new for us to have kids around, you know? My nieces are always over. We are babysitting. We were supposed to babysit today. So it's like, it's not really anything new that we're always having kids around, especially little girls. So it's like...
Did he tell you that he had to spank her with a belt?
He don't run his stuff by me. Not really. He don't run his...
So you don't have... That's just not something common conversation? Hey, by the way, I had to spank her today for blah, blah, blah.
If I had to whip her, I wouldn't run that by him. Mm-hmm. But if he had to whip his daughter, he doesn't have to run that by me. I just told you what she got into, you know, with the most recent thing that she did. So it's just like, I don't know what that could have possibly been. And it's been a few days since my nieces have been over or my sister's been over. So I don't really recall too much.
Okay. This case is going to be solved medically. Not me. I'm not a doctor. I don't do that. But when I'm at the autopsy tomorrow, I'm going to know everything that's wrong with Janiyah.
No, yeah.
I'll know everything.
And that's what I'm saying. The only thing I can think of at this point that could have possibly happened was that water. And like I said, when I was pumping her,
the only two people that have had contact with that baby
is me and her.
Is you and him. Right. So somebody ain't telling me the story. No. Somebody's not telling me the truth. Babies don't get full of water all on themselves.
I told you she was...
So, not from that... Well, that was at 7, 8 o'clock. This is 10 hours later. She's not still full of water. It's not. It didn't happen.
And that's what I'm saying. I don't think she was drinking it. I feel like she was breathing it in.
I know, but then she would have expired while she was taking a bath. She can't be full of water 10 hours later while you're giving her CPR. That's impossible. I'm gonna know more tomorrow.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. I want you to be prepared for me tomorrow.
Okay. I didn't do anything to her. I'm telling you, I put her in the tub and she was laying there. She was laying in the tub. It wasn't like, for when I give her bath too much for me to possibly have done something like putting her under the water or something like that.
Did she accidentally drown in the water last night? And
I'm not sure, because at a certain point in time, I did walk off.
Well, what I'm saying, last night, before bed, and she's in the bathtub, did she drown while she was in the bathtub? And you're scared to tell us that she drowned, and that's how this other story came up with checking on her throughout the night, and then you finally call for paramedics in the morning. You know, obviously you know that you have to call somebody and report that your child has passed away. So with the water coming up out of her,
honestly,
it makes me believe that maybe she had drowned.
I would not have waited that long to say something, because I would have felt like there was possibly a chance that somebody could have saved her. Now, if anything, maybe my time frames are wrong, but other than that, I'm literally telling you that's what that was. Like I said, maybe my time is off, and maybe, you know, the night was a little later, but other than that, no, I'm literally telling you that's what happened. I didn't.
So when she was done with her bath, she was fine. She got dressed, you put her to bed, gave her a kiss on the cheek goodnight, and you and Richard went to bed. But she got out of the bathtub, you dressed her, she went and laid down on the couch, went to bed.
Yes.
Okay. She didn't drown in the bathtub, is that what you're telling me?
Yeah. Not that I know of.
Not that you know of. Well, I mean, you would know, you were there. You know the difference between drowning in a bathtub and not drowning in a bathtub, right?
I mean, I guess so, but I don't think...
If a child drowns in the bathtub, they're dead. They're dead in the bathtub.
Well, I think I would have had more knowledge of why the water was coming out of her like that.
Did you find her dead in the bathtub earlier?
No.
You can tell me. That would explain a lot. That makes more sense now. If you're telling me that she had water coming out of her while you were giving her CPR, that makes sense. This is the time to tell me the truth.
There was water coming out of her. But I wouldn't wait hours to call for help. But I'm not making no go.
Tell me what happened. Tell me what happened to this little girl.
I am.
You can do it. You're strong enough. You are. I believe in you. But you gotta tell me the truth. You gotta tell me what happened to her. She deserves that.
I told you she was laying there. She was laying in the tub, first of all. Why? Just saying, would that even be believable if I pumped the water out of her already? You can't see water in your lungs if it's already pumped out of her.
During the autopsy, if she drowned, there will be medical signs that will tell us that she drowned. We'll be able to know that tomorrow.
There was water coming out of her.
I believe you.
Can we discuss this tomorrow? Please.
You should tell us now. It's best if you tell me now what happened. I want to know what happened to this little girl.
I'm not trying to go to jail for something I didn't do. That nobody did.
Tell us what happened. Tell us when you found her.
What?
When did she drown?
I don't know for sure if she drowned or not. I thought she was just laying there. I don't want to go to jail for something I didn't do.
There was 2 people in an apartment.
Her dad was not there. He didn't do that. Nobody purposely harmed her like that.
Then tell me how it was an accident.
Okay, I know. I really can't.
That little girl deserves the truth.
I do completely understand that, and I'm giving you the truth. I really am. But I just don't...
You were a mother to her. She thought of you as her mama. She called you mama.
I know all that. That's not really going to help. I want to know that I'm not going to go to jail for something that wasn't done purposefully or something that I didn't do. Something that he didn't do. Neither one of us sat there and hurt her like that on purpose or ever tried to.
But Chevion, you won't tell me what happened.
I just want to know I'm not going to go to jail for something that...
Explain what happened to me. Tell me how it was an accident. You're strong enough. You can do this. You love that little girl. I know you do. Tell me the story so it makes sense. Please.
I don't know what happened. Like I said, she got into the scuffle. And I ended up putting her in the tub. I don't know exactly what time. The water was just running. And I wasn't paying attention.
And what time was this?
I don't know what time it was.
Was it, you think it was nighttime?
It was nighttime.
Was Richard there?
No.
How long was she in the bathtub for?
She wasn't in there long.
Did you start the water for her, or did she start her own water?
I turned the water on.
Okay.
I filled it up and then I walked off.
Did you turn the water off?
I didn't turn it off yet.
Did she turn it off?
No.
When you went back into the bathroom, was the water running?
I ended up turning it off.
Okay.
Then I walked off and I came back and like I said, she was laying in the tub. I got her out and I tried my best.
When she was in the tub, was she face down or was she face up?
I don't know. Because like I said, she was laying in the tub at first. Mm-hmm. And she was laying there like, you know, on her back and stuff, just waiting on the water to fill up. I don't know what happened after that. I just grabbed her out the tub, and that's why I think that mark came from on her stomach from me trying to get her out the tub, and she was like laying over the tub. Because like I said, that mark and stuff on her stomach was not there. I don't know where that came from. I don't know even know if that sounds realistic or not, but that wasn't on her. Nobody, like even when you're saying like the bruises, nobody don't beat on her like that.
Okay. So
You can ask my sister. She was living with us for a couple months. I don't even whip Janiyah.
So when you pulled her out of the tub, was she breathing?
I thought she was. I thought she was. I really did. That's why I just laid her down and go to bed. She was able to get dressed and stuff like I don't know. I don't know if I'm like.
She got up and she got dressed?
No, I'm saying like I got her dressed, but.
You dressed her?
Yeah, I always dress her. It's just, I don't know. I just thought she was gonna be okay. I thought she was gonna be fine. I didn't know that something was wrong. I would have called sooner. I would not have let her sit there like that. I feel horrible. I have to go talk to her dad, and I still haven't seen him. He left the house with her, understandably alive, as he thought, as we all thought, and that's what I'm saying. I feel like she was fine. I don't know.
Is it possible that when you pulled her out of the tub, that she had already passed away? Was she dead when you pulled her out of that water?
I don't know.
Did she?
I just wanted her to be okay.
Did you put a blanket over her?
I dried her off, and I put her clothes on her, and I laid her down because I thought she was just tired. I go to jail.
Did something happen before the bath where you might have been upset with her? Anything like that?
No.
Did you tell Richard about what happened in the bathtub?
I didn't talk to him until I thought she was fine.
How long was she in the bathtub alone?
I always leave her in the tub alone.
How long do you think?
Like 30 minutes. Not even that long. I can't calculate time. I can't. Time is just not my friend.
So she was on her stomach, but her head was to the side.
Yeah.
Was she floating on top of the water, or was she under the
She
water?
was on the water, and then, I don't know, I just...
Would you be able to show us
Show you what?
how she was in the water?
I don't know what to.
Did you try to do CPR when you got her out of the tub? You did. Okay. Did water come out when you did CPR?
And then I called her dad, and I called my mom.
I mean, after you pulled it. So was the bath this morning, not last night? Because you said she took a bath last night and she was floating in the water last night. So when you pulled her out of the tub last night before you dressed her and put her on the couch, did you do CPR then? Did you try and revive her? No.
I didn't.
You just got her dressed and put her on the couch?
I could have saved her. I really thought she was fine. She's kind of dramatic sometimes. So I thought she was just playing along or something. I didn't know. That's why I tell her all the time, stop being so dramatic, because when somebody really needs to know what's going on, they're not going to know.
There was no way for her to tell you what was going on, because she had already passed away. She couldn't tell you.
Maybe not. Maybe she didn't. Like I said, my time is off. My time is off for when the timing was. I don't know what time it was. All I know was just dark outside.
Weren't you concerned that when you had to pull her from the tub? I mean, she must have been just limp. She must have been just lifeless.
Like I said, my time is on. I'm not made for that long.
How come you didn't call for help?
I did.
Last night, after the tub, you didn't. I know you did this morning. How come you waited so long?
She got a bath this morning.
She got a bath this morning? After he had already left? Okay.
So I couldn't tell him.
Okay. That makes sense. That's better. What happened during the bath?
I don't know. Like I said, she was just laying down, chilling. And then all of a sudden I come back and it's just like everything is just wrong. So when I got her out, I laid her down for a second, because I don't know, I just thought she was kidding. I really thought she was kidding with me. I really did, because she's just that type of kid. Like, she play and she do goofy stuff like that. So I really thought she was kidding with me for a second. And that's where I messed up at, thinking that it was a joke, thinking that she was just playing. I didn't want that to happen. I didn't mean for that to happen. And I don't want to go to jail.
So now that the day's a little more clear, the timeline is better, because the bath was this morning, not last night. Because he told us she didn't get a bath last night, so we already knew that. What time did you put her in the tub this morning? Was it after he left?
This was a little bit after he left.
Okay.
Because I ended up getting up to like the door. She was already up, so I was like, let me go and get ready, because we were supposed to be packing to move today. And I just wanted to get certain things out the way, like that she'll be dressed.
We need a break. Now, she initially said that the girl had a bath the night before. Now the bath is in the morning. Girl, some people need to, let's get a little break here. If you want to support the show, however you can support the Survivor Speaks channel is to subscribe for free. You can join our membership, the Pink Justice Circle, or you can donate to Chime Survivor Speaks, or Cash App Survivor Speaks. You can always come over here on YouTube and hit the like button for free. Hit subscribe if you're watching on X. There is a link. Ali dropped a link in the X chat. You can just click on that, hit the like button. If you like to watch from X, you can go back over to X, and we're going to resume the show. And then if at the end of the video, you can also hype the video up if you like. This is Survivor Speaks here. This is my birthday weekend, so if you want to donate a little something to me, I need to go a long way, and I appreciate you all. But I needed a break from this heifer because she's doing too much talking, and I'm sick of her. But come over here, hit that like button and subscribe and turn your notification bells on so you'll know each time I'm going live or dropping a premiere video. Thank you all so much. Let's get back to this monster that's getting on my goddamn nerves. Child.
Ready for the day, and it just went sour.
When you say it went sour, what do you mean?
She's not here anymore. That's what I mean. She's not here anymore. She's not. That's my fault. So what's gonna happen to me now?
I don't know. We gotta talk about it more.
But you know what? It's a lot more helpful now that we know the truth.
Because it makes sense.
It does. We were thinking a lot worse up. I mean, we were thinking you were a monster. We were thinking you had an accident or something happened.
It was an accident.
Absolutely. Sounds like it to me.
Did you put her in the bathtub this morning and run the water for her?
Mm-hmm. But she was already laying down when I was running the water. Like, you know, before you even get the water in there, she was already laying down.
Laying on her stomach or her back?
No, she was laying on her back, just chilling, waiting on the tub to fill up. That's what I said.
But she was awake?
She was wide awake. Then just out of nowhere, she's on her stomach and her head's on her side. And I'm like, what the fuck?
So that's when you took her out of the tub?
Yeah.
And was she breathing?
I didn't know. I thought she was still playing. I thought she was still playing and she was tricking me. I really did.
Okay.
I thought she was tricking me this whole time. I thought she was breathing. I did. I really did.
So did you take her out of the tub? Did you drain the water?
Yes.
And then once you took her out of the tub, what did you do?
I thought she was just playing. I got her dressed and I laid her back down because I thought she was just tired. That might sound crazy, but I haven't ever lived through nothing like that before. And with the type of kid we have, I'm just thinking it's all fun and games. So I'm like, okay, Janiyah, it's not funny no more. You need to go and get up. And she's still not saying nothing to me. So I'm like going in her mouth trying to see if she needs oxygen or something. Like, I was just playing at that point. I wasn't even taking it seriously. So I'm just like, okay, if you don't need me doing this, then let me know. And she's still not saying nothing. So I'm just like, what the heck is going on? And that's when I was like, okay, no. I had to call her dad, like, Janiyah's not breathing. And then that's when he was like, okay, hurry up and call the hospital.
So when you had taken her out of the tub and you thought she was playing, because she was unresponsive.
Yeah.
She was limp, I'm guessing. And then did you start to give her breaths, you're saying? Yes? Okay, because you're nodding yes. And then you thought she was playing.
Yes, I still thought she was playing.
How much time went by until you called Richard from the time you said you were breathing in her mouth?
After I thought she was playing, because I couldn't breathe. When I was trying to blow the air in her mouth, I couldn't really blow it in. It was almost like she was cooling her mouth. So it was almost like I couldn't even blow the air in her mouth. So I'm just like, okay, you playing. I'm going to just leave you alone. I covered her back up. But when I came next, she had that look on her face. And I'm just like, something's wrong. You're not changing. You're not blinking. You're not responding to me at all. Like, at some point in time, Mommy, I'm just kidding. Something will change. And it's just like, at no point in time, I went in the room and everything. Nothing changed. And at that point, I'm just like, okay, no, something's wrong. And I waited too long.
How much time do you think went by?
I don't know.
And that was when you called Richard? And then he told you to call for help?
I didn't even stay on the phone with him for a minute.
Okay. And then you called us?
Yes.
Okay. And then, did you do CPR again with the uppercut?
Yes.
Okay.
You should have just said that from the beginning.
Is there anything else we need to know about? Did she slip? Did she hit her head?
That's what I was thinking. Like, I've been trying to figure that out this whole time. Because she had possibly slipped and hit her head in the tub. Like, how can I miss that?
You said she was laying down when you put her in.
Exactly. So that idea went out the window. You know, what happened?
Operator, this is Detective Conover. Same person as present. We're going to stop for now. Time is 14:07.
As you can see, within the short space of time between Chevion's first and second interviews, the timeline she initially gave police has been completely disrupted. And I think the important question there is why. We could spend a lot of time playing spot the difference and create a whole new timeline based on her second interview. But I think the main point of contrast is the fact that Chevion now is claiming Janiyah's bath happened on the early morning of September 11th, not the night before, sometime just before 911 was called. And this certainly changes the dynamic. She further claims that Janiyah wasn't responsive and acting normal after the bath, stating that she thought Janiyah was just playing around or being dramatic. Janiyah's body was in fact loose or limp when she was carried out of the tub. She was also laid over the tub, something Chevion didn't mention in her first interview. In fact, Chevion's first interview paints the picture that Janiyah was responsive, active, and totally coherent, at least in the bath and shortly after getting out of it. But the child's condition must have been bad enough to cause some concern because Chevion proceeded to blow breaths into Janiyah's mouth before she called 911. Yet after this and dressing her, Chevion left Janiyah on the couch and went back to bed. When she finally checks on the child again, 911 is called. This is where Chevion adds that water was coming out of Janiyah's mouth as she performed CPR on the girl, while under the instruction of the emergency dispatcher. Now tell me at what point in this new timeline would you have called for help? And if someone going through this experience didn't call for help, what might be their reasons? There's so much conflicting information in Chevion's first two interviews. There's so much obvious deception. But that big question still lies in that one single word. Why? Why Why lie? Well, there's still so much more to talk about. A short while after Chevion's second interview concludes, police decide to take Chevion back to the apartment and have her do a video reenactment of what happened earlier that morning prior to the 911 call. They, much like you and I, are having trouble following her summary of events.
This is Detective Conover, P number 8388. This will be one video reenactment. Today's date, or the event number, I'm sorry, is 1909-000-50332. Today's date is September 11th, 2019. The time is 17:26 hours. Also present is Detective Hernandez, P number
7567.
and also we have Chevion Miller, and that's S-H-E-V-H-U-A-N. Miller is common spelling, and Chevion's date of birth is 7/4 of 96. The location where we are is 4855 Boulder Highway, Building N like Nora, apartment 1161, Las Vegas, Nevada 89121. We are here related to a child death, and Chevion, if you could, now you know this is all voluntary. You don't have to participate. Do you agree to go ahead and move forward with us to help us understand what happened today? Yes? Can you verbally say, okay, there we go. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to hand you the doll. What I'd like to do is I'd like you to take the doll into the bathroom and show me when you gave Janiyah the bath this morning. Can you show me how she was in the tub when you started the tub water? So she was laying on her back?
Yes.
With her head towards the top of the tub, I'll call it?
Yeah.
Okay. And then did you turn the water on for her?
Yeah, I already had this in the tub.
Okay, so you put the plug in?
Inside. About here.
Okay.
I took over, the water was running. I left the room, started smoking a cigarette, came back, and she was like this.
Okay, so she was face down in the tub at this time, with her head turned to her right side?
Yes.
Okay. How full was the bathtub?
Well, you see this?
That ring right there?
Yeah.
So it was a full tub.
Yeah.
Was the water still running?
I think I might have turned it off already. I don't recall that part.
Okay. Do you remember if you turned it off when you came in and saw her like that, or you turned it off prior to it being like
I
that?
don't remember that part exactly. I don't remember if I already had it off, and I don't remember that part exactly.
Okay. And then when you saw her like that, what did you do?
I immediately brought her up.
Okay.
And I was like, I sit right here.
You set her up. Did you have to hold her?
No. That's why I thought she was just fine. So when I got her out and she was just, kind of looser than normal, I'm just like, still not really thinking nothing up because, like I said, I didn't have to put her up here. So I'm thinking, she's just kidding or something maybe.
Would you describe her as being limp?
Like I said, she was looser than normal, yes. But like I said, since I didn't have to hold her up here, I didn't really think too much of it renting in there. And like I said, I really didn't think much of it at all until I came back to check on her and she was just not responding.
Did you say anything to her when she was in the tub or when you got her out? Did you talk to her?
I think that's what I was telling you. I was like, Janiyah, quit playing. And then,
did she respond?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I'm not going to say yeah, and I'm not going to say no. Because it's like, I kind of feel like I'm just the one that I had to. Like, I don't...
Were her eyes open or closed?
Her eyes were open.
Now, when we talked to you at the hospital, you said that you gave her some breaths. You actually breathed into her mouth.
Yeah, and I thought she was just playing. That's when I had actually got her dressed and stuff. He put her on the couch. And I thought she was just playing, so I had her on the couch, and I'm like...
Where was that at?
Can you show us how that happened?
So she's already dressed and stuff like that. And she's here on the couch.
Wait, you got
the way she was
in
that way?
Yeah.
Not this way?
No, she don't
Hold on, you got her out and got her dressed.
Yeah.
Can you go through the process? Okay, so you got her out of the tub.
Got her out the tub. I normally carry her out. Okay, laid her right here. Put her clothes on her.
Okay.
So at this point, like I said, I'm still thinking she's just joking around and stuff. So I'm like, okay, you need to stop playing. So I put her up here. Then I walk off because, like I said, I'm thinking like, maybe I think too much of it. Come back and I'm like, and I come back and check on her. I don't recall exactly at the point of when, I kind of still jokingly was, over her like, oh, you want me to blow some butts on you? And I'm like doing that. And I felt like she was blocking me from doing it because maybe it was like the position that she was in or something. But I felt like she was blocking me. So I'm like, oh, you don't need no breaths. Like, you're playing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking she's still playing. But when I realized she still had that same look on her face, I'm just like, okay, something's wrong.
How many breaths do you think you gave her?
At that point in time, like I said, I wasn't really being too serious. So it's probably like 2 or 3.
Okay.
Nothing severe as it should have been.
Did she react? Did she say anything to you?
No. She just, it kind of seemed like she was just spitting out something. Like, like she was just...
Hey, when did you dress her in?
The clothes that she had on. The leggings with the... I don't remember exactly what was on the shirt, but I remember it was a t-shirt.
A t-shirt, pajama bottoms?
They weren't pajama bottoms, but they were legging pants.
Okay.
Yeah.
And underpants?
Yeah, sorry. And I keep forgetting.
Is that garbage behind her? What the whole entire hell? I bet you it smelled like, I don't know what in that place. That place is filthy. And they don't work nowhere, but you can't. Yeah, I can't. That neither one of them got neither one of them is working nowhere. You can't even keep. This is just pure laziness. That is garbage behind her. Child.
Because that's automatic. Okay. But yeah, at that point when I had her up here, and I realized she wasn't responding, then I called the ambulance and they told me to move her to the floor and her. And then that's where they told me to properly position her and then perform CPR as I gave her the breaths, you know, and then they kind of with me through the process.
Did any fluid come out of her mouth when you were giving her CPR?
Yes, that's what I was telling you before, but that was two different instances. Actually, that's the one missing detail, because like I said, I was out here kind of playing about the post, and then like I said, actually before, you know, when I'm like, you know, on the phone with you guys, like when I'm trying to call her dad, like, okay, something's wrong. That point, that's when I tried CPR myself, and that's when the fluids was coming out her mouth.
So you did chest compressions?
Yes, that was before I was instructed to do it.
So not just the breaths you gave her,
yeah.
You also did chest compressions?
Yes, I did. But like I said, once I realized, you know, it was serious, I actually, you know, cuffed her nose, blew in her mouth. I mean, I probably wasn't doing it right, but liquid was coming out. So at that point, I'm really concerned. And when I walked off and came back, she was like spitting out or something. I'm not really sure what was going on, if it was her or if it was just the reaction, but it was something was like mucus was coming out.
And she was on the couch?
And she was on the couch, yeah. And when I walked off and I came back, her head was actually like this, like to the side. She was like straight up and down at first. And when I walked off and came back, she was like to the side, so it was like falling up the side. And I'm like, okay, no. And that's when I called CPR. They told me to get her on the floor and to do it that way.
How was her body to the touch?
Her body was warm. Her hands were cold.
And was
her hands are normally cold.
Tub water warm?
Yes, the tub water was warm. Her hands and feet are normally cold once she get out of stuff. So at first, that's what I'm saying. A lot of signs of it really made me feel like it was just her playing alone, just her normally, because if she get off the tub, she's wet. Her hands and feet are cold. She don't have socks on. Her hands and feet get cold. So like I said, her body was warm to the touch, but her hands were cold. And
was she breathing when she got out of the tub?
That I didn't really check for because I was not really sure at the moment that anything was wrong.
How was her head? Did her head bobble like she was asleep? Or
when I picked her up at the time, that's what I'm saying, I really didn't pay attention. Like I said, normally I get her out, you know, come in here, get dressed, whatever kids may be, and then I like, you know, place her on the floor. So I didn't really.
You had to dress her, right? She didn't dress herself?
Yeah, no, she didn't dress herself. I normally help her to dress her, but at that time, it was me dressing her.
Because she couldn't dress herself at that time, could she?
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Okay. Because she's unconscious.
I'm assuming so. And then, what else were you asking?
So we have the positioning, we know it closed, we know you called 911.
You said you walked off. What do you mean you walked off? You said you did some breaths, then you walked off. Did you walk to the bathroom? Or you walked to the
I walked in the room.
Okay.
You talking about when I was like, well, I thought she was just coming? No, I walked in the room real quick because I was
just over there?
Yeah, just right here. Okay. And I plugged it and I came right
You didn't step outside? Or
no,
okay.
I just wanted to make sure, you know, she was still okay because she just looked offish. Like she seemed like she was playing because she looked like she was just staring at me. Mm-hmm. But in a sense, she just seemed off.
Okay. Now we know that you called for help a little after 8 o'clock in the morning.
No, it was 7.
Okay.
Who'd you call first?
I called her dad, and then I called him right after, but it was at 7:45.
Because they record all the calls, and I have a log of the call.
If you have the phone, you can go through the call list, and it'll show the 911 time.
Okay. And then we showed up at the hospital.
But once I realized, okay, this is, I was upset that I even waited that long. And as you can see, that probably simply caused the situation to progress the way it did. Because she could have probably been saved if I would have noticed that from the beginning something was wrong. But I'm really thinking she was just playing.
Okay. So come in here and I want to show you something. So like, remember I told you a lot of our investigation is scientific. Mm-hmm. A lot of the things that we do.
Yeah.
Now when we saw Janiyah a couple hours later, after y'all had gotten to the hospital, you know, we noticed a lot of bruising on her face, on her abdomen, on her arms, on her legs. She was bruised and cut up, but not a lot of cuts, but a lot of bruises. Did you notice any of that? Now, because you had put her in the bathtub, and you had taken her out of the bathtub, and you had dressed her. The bruises were very obvious to us. Did you notice that extensive bruising when she was in the tub?
As you can see, the right in the ear is nowhere near as far as it is anywhere else. But nonetheless, in light, you can see. I told you, like the face and stuff. Yes, I can see that. But as far, and then like I said, the one on, I don't even know where that came from. I literally just saw that. But the arms and stuff like that, and I don't know about anything else. other than the face and then that mark right there.
But she wasn't bleeding when she came in here. She didn't have any cuts.
So you remember I did tell you that she, her mouth was red, like she was bleeding, and then she was like spitting out blood from the other day when, you know, because I give her a bath all the time.
Was she spitting out the blood from the prior day?
Huh?
Or was that this morning?
No, that was the part.
From yes, okay. So one of the things we do is, and like I said, it's scientific, and we test for blood.
Yeah, I know.
And what I can tell you, come on over here, you see the blue here by the tub edge? And you see the blue inside the tub? Mm-hmm. That's blood residue. That's blood.
Oh, that's
so what that tells us is that she was in the bathtub, and then on the bed here, and on the tub here, where you said that you leaned her over, there's blood on the floor.
No.
And there's blood in. Well, it's science.
It will be blood right here too if they drilled her. That's what I was saying first. It did not, none of that. And you can come and retest all this if you need to. But it will be dripping off the tub if she would have been hanging over the lid. That did not have it out.
Well, if she was over far enough, it would have either gone on the towel. It was lying on the floor.
It was.
There was blood on the towel?
It was mixed in with water, and I cleaned up the mess. From, you know, and it was just sitting there.
So how does the blood get in the tub?
Because it's all about the put laid out.
From?
The last time she had the bathroom when the incident first happened, from when she came in and all.
So you're saying that this blood that is in the tub here was from a day before?
Yes, because I ran this water more than one time. So it's like the fact that that's still in there, that's really surprising. That means I don't do a good job. I didn't clean it out, to be honest. Okay. As you can see, it's a ring around the tub.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's pretty dirty. I'm not
so you're saying that blood is from the altercation from the day before?
Yes, because I'm telling you, if she was over here dripping blood, first of all, she wouldn't have been sitting here like that, and this would be complete blood.
Because that looks like a lot of blood to me.
It do, but it wasn't. It was mixed with water. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I do know what you're saying.
Yeah, that wasn't. That looks like a lot of blood to me as well, and that's a lot of bleeding. All of that, that's a lot.
And have you cut yourself in the tub? Any bleeding from you in the tub?
I bled. I cut my hands.
Okay.
Yeah, I bled plenty of times. Like.
So when you bathed Janiyah yesterday after the altercation, I'm sorry. She had blood in her mouth. Mm. Okay, and she washed out in the tub or in the sink?
No, she washed out in the tub. I had immediately cleaned her.
Okay, because we have blood on the sink as well.
Well, you know, I told you I cleaned her off with some tissue as well. So I don't know exactly.
Is this the tissue here that you cleaned her with?
Probably not, because it would be red blue. But yeah, I don't know where this. I don't. Did you guys already get it up?
Yeah, we already did.
Yeah.
So, and this is for the ID guys are gonna process it. So and we took your swab, right? They took your swab already. So we're gonna know your DNA, your blood, their blood, your boyfriend's blood. Is that pretty much gonna be her blood, or is that some of your blood, or?
It could be a mixture of any.
Okay.
But that towel has been sitting there, so it's like that could have been old already. You know what I'm saying?
Like old blood?
That's what I said. That tub wasn't cleaned out right.
Okay.
Because the fact that it looks like that, it didn't look like that when I put her in it.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's like I would have seen the bloody tub with her in it. It didn't look like that, and I think it would have been probably, I don't know.
Okay.
That's really. I mean, you guys are doing what you have to do.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And we're gonna analyze all that stuff, and
yeah, of course.
That's science stuff. Again, we got the doctor tomorrow, so we'll come talk to you guys afterwards.
Please.
All right, this concludes the interview. Same person present. The time is 17:41.
Chevion Miller is allowed to leave that day, and she returns to the apartment with Richard. No arrests were made on the day Janiyah died. But the following day, September 12th, she'll do one final interview on video in formal interrogation style. We'll come back to that in a moment. But Janiyah's father, Richard Davis, was also interviewed about Janiyah's death. There's no available audio or video from his interview, but I have the transcripts, which Las Vegas Metro Police charged me $600 for, and some of the information divulged in them is hair-raising, especially when combined with some of the other information I've gathered. If you recall, some of the observed damage to Janiyah's body was found on her bottom, specifically in the form of bruises, and these contusions were fresh. Because Chevion mentioned that Richard hits Janiyah with a belt sometimes as a form of discipline, when the detective spoke to him, they decided to go further into detail with Richard about his parenting methods, and this is where some seriously alarming information was leaked. When questioned, Richard claims the last time he used a belt on his daughter was roughly Sunday, the 8th of September. He stated that the reason was because Janiyah had a tendency to remove the diaper or clothing off the two little kids that he and Chevion babysit and do something he described as really strange or really bad. The transcripts are censored, so the exact details are unknown. But these two little girls were not the same two little girls that he was watching for his ex-coworker Liz. In fact, these children were the ones that Chevion described in her interviews as her nieces. Richard referred to them in the same manner before clarifying that they weren't actually related to him or Chevion, but rather belonged to a long-term friend of Chevion's who lived with them for a little while up until that week. This is the woman Chevion referred to as her sister, and her name is Dejanay Williams, or Dejanay Johnson as she's later named in court documents. According to Richard, it was Dejanay that caught Janiyah doing the really bad aforementioned stuff to her children, and she informed him about it. He claims he had to discipline Janiyah for that because it wasn't stuff she should be doing. One detective asks him, so she took off a baby's diaper and was blank? Again, I can only speculate about the censored information based on further context. Regardless, Richard answered yes, and then was asked, does she blank her own blank? To which Richard claims he doesn't know and states that he's very hands-off when it comes to girls. He doesn't even like it if he has to go to the bathroom with Janiyah and prefers that Chevion handle all that. It's weird, and it makes him uncomfortable. At one point, Richard is asked, are you implying that at 5 she blank? Again, censored information, so we'll have to guess what's being said based on further context. Richard answers saying that couldn't be possible at Janiyah's age. He's also asked if Janiyah ever mentioned being sexually assaulted to him. He said no, but she always seemed like she wanted to tell him something. Janiyah also had trouble sleeping at night and would frequently wake up in what Richard described.
All right, she already said that you touch her and that your girlfriend told her, because she calls the girlfriend Chevion mommy, that not to let her daddy touch her. So another thing and point that I would like to say is, if his daughter is doing these things, she's being taught by somebody. She's learning it from somewhere. And I don't know if I remember if they let him walk. I believe that he got arrested, but at first they let him walk. He is the perpetrator. He is the person that was essaying his own daughter. And I think they went light on him, but he got the heck out of there because he knew this wasn't going to end well. And she just, bit the bullet and went along with it. Ain't no god dag on way. But he is the culprit. That is learned behavior in children. That's not just something that children just pick up. What would a child her age know about taking another child's pamper off and doing? You can. Oh wow, what happened? Something happened. I don't know. And doing what they said that he was doing. It's crazy.
As a real deep sweat, not like a normal sweat. He did mention, however, that he knew she went through some stuff with her biological mother when she was younger, but that stuff was never elaborated on. As far as I know, and from what I can gather, there aren't any allegations of sexual misconduct at the hands of Janiyah's birth mom. Regardless, Janiyah was beaten by Richard with a belt for what she did to Dejanay's youngest child. By his own admission, she was struck 20 times on her bare bottom. When asked if he was upset, Richard said extremely, because what Janiyah had done, in his words, was very, very bad. He even recalled seeing visible damage begin to form on her bottom while in the process of beating her. So much so that it caused him to stop and realize it was a little too much, before making her go and stand in the corner for 30 minutes. He was also asked if he may have missed her buttocks with the belt and hit her legs, and he said possibly. Now, cops described bruising to one of her legs as so severe that it went down to the bone. It literally affected all of her leg tissue. If the bruising on her leg was caused by this spanking before she was made stand in a corner for 30 minutes, I can only imagine how much pain and fear this little girl was going through. And Richard claims he didn't use a belt on her often, but the belt that he used had no clasp or buckle. This was clearly a belt that was kept for one purpose, and that purpose was attacking someone. It was used to harm someone who seemed to be already dealing with the most horrible trauma imaginable. Trauma a 5-year-old girl should never have to face. If you ask me, this child needed help long before she was murdered, and in my opinion, she was crying out for that help. Cries that it seems to me were met with a belt. So regardless of who you think killed Janiyah by the end of this, I want you to remember what her father definitely did. Remember what he did instead of actually going and getting her help. He should have got her professional help, but instead, he tried to beat it out of her. That's a fact. How else can you describe the details that you just heard? But it might be important at this point to clarify just how Janiyah ended up in the custody of Richard Davis. About a year prior to Janiyah's death, Janiyah's mother called social services on herself in Arapahoe County, Colorado, and basically admitted to being unfit to or unwilling to raise Janiyah. The child ended up in foster care at this time for a short while before Richard was contacted and informed. My understanding is that Richard flew out to Arapahoe County and visited Janiyah there while in the custody of the system. But this is where things get dark. According to sources close to the family, Janiyah claimed that her father had been touching her inappropriately during this visit. She told this to multiple people in Colorado, but nothing was done about the allegations. Social services were apparently set to step in again, but instead Richard offered to take Janiyah back to Las Vegas and assume full custody of her. Janiyah's mother agreed to the decision, and that's how the child ended up with her father. And if you think about it, this actually lines up with what Janiyah said while sitting on her grandmother's lap in the clip I showed earlier. At the time, Tirza was under the impression that Janiyah was saying, if my daddy's mean to me or if he touches me. But based on what we know now about the allegations in Colorado, I believe she was trying to say something else. Let's watch that clip again with this new context.
You gonna have fun with your daddy?
Yeah.
That's good. You can call Grammy anytime, okay?
Okay.
I'm gonna give your daddy my phone number. Because I love you.
I'm going to talk to my mommy, and then I'm talking to my mommy when he's being mean to me.
Okay. Wow. That ought to be interesting.
That's why mommy told me I can don't my dad touch me. And then they still touching me.
No, hopefully
at the house.
We won't be doing all of that, okay? And you just have a great time with your daddy, okay?
Okay.
You tell me in the comments what you think Janiyah meant in that clip. We should also remember that a sperm sample was found on Janiyah's body, a sperm fraction was found inside her body, and there were micro tears to her private area. At this point in the investigation, those samples are still being tested. We'll be coming back to all this. This is far from over, and there's more that will tie in later. The day after Janiyah's death, Chevion is picked up by police, taken to the station, arrested for the murder of Janiyah, and formally interrogated on video. The first thing to note before this plays is that when Chevion is picked up, she has visible signs of injury on her body that were not there the day before. Not only were there marks on her wrists indicating potential self-harm, but she had what looked like 2 ligature marks around her neck as if something had been wrapped around it twice. Now remember, Chevion went home to Richard that previous night, yet it doesn't appear as though a call to emergency services on Chevion's behalf.
Look, what in the HE double hockey sticks is going on up in here? I cannot take it. Hot sauce on the dresser. Child, this is, listen.
Ever occurred. So put yourself in Richard Davis's shoes. Your 5-year-old daughter's suspicious death occurred mere hours ago. The only person with her at the time of her death was your girlfriend, and her story has changed over and over. Then later that night, while at home with you, your girlfriend attempts to harm herself. What is the first thing you would do? Would you call someone immediately, or would you do nothing other than simply wait for the authorities to pick up your girlfriend the following day? I can hazard a guess as to what most completely innocent people would do. Regardless, this is Chevion's final statement.
Oh, Lord. Banging it hard enough, everyone.
Now, you remember yesterday I told you this was going to be kind of a scientific investigation. You know, we're detectives, and we've done this for a long time. And we know things when we see things. We're smart guys. We are. And I told you that the doctor is going to tell us what happened to this little girl. He's going to tell us what happened to this little girl. And Detective Fernandez was at the autopsy today. And I'm going to tell you right now, the injuries to that little girl are so severe, you got to explain it to me.
Can you explain to me what her injuries were, please? Because I really don't know much.
I can't explain the injuries.
Please.
She has bruising both eyes, to the sides of both face. Her mouth is cut open. She has bruising on the tops of her arms, on the back of her arms, both arms. She has bruising on the tops of her legs, on the bottom of her legs. She has bruising to her abdomen. She has bruises that are so deep that it goes to the bone. What? When you and I walk into a door and we get a little bruise up here, we get a little bit of a burst blood vessel up here, and that's what causes a bruise. Her bruising is so deep that the blood goes all the way to her bone.
Wow.
That baby was beat to death. No doubt about it. 100%. It's not a question.
We
know that's what happened.
She was alive, but she let it tell.
Yeah, I believe you. I want her to tell she was alive. But she didn't get to that bathtub on her own, and she didn't make it out of that bathtub. Oh, she walked to the tub?
Yes,
okay.
She walked to the tub.
What happened on the way to the tub?
Nothing.
So?
She was in the tub the whole time.
Minutes. The injury she sustained to her abdomen, minutes.
Minutes?
Minutes.
What do you mean minutes?
She had minutes to live.
What do you mean?
I don't know how else to explain it. She had an injury that would have killed her within minutes.
I'm confused right now.
There's nothing to confuse. She has an injury that was sustained that would have killed her within minutes.
No.
She didn't live longer than a few minutes.
No.
I'm telling you right now, this is what shows
She was up in the tub. As I said, she got in the tub, she was laying down.
What happened in the tub?
Laying down, I was just like,
what happened in the tub?
What can possibly, I don't know. I walked off and came back and seen her like that. And like I said, the only thing that I knew of that I did was laid her over the tub. That's the most that had happened.
Shivia.
What?
Shivia, look at me for a second. Hey.
Is this a joke?
This ain't a joke.
Are you serious right now?
That is not a joke. That is worse than a gunshot wound.
What is that?
Can you tell? It's a liver. That is not a joke. Minutes. Shivy, I'm not lying to you. We are not lying. You gotta tell me what happened.
I'm not making this up.
I know you're not making it up, but you're not telling us what happened.
I'm literally telling you what I know.
You are the only one in the apartment with her. I'll be back.
I'm really confused right now.
Come on.
I don't even understand that. Like I said, even when I see the bruise on her, I don't even know where that came from. Well, I would have told you, oh yeah, that's where, no, I don't know where that came from.
I do.
What?
I do.
Where did it come from?
It came from you.
No, it didn't.
It did.
It did not. I'm telling you it didn't.
You don't, it's okay.
No, it's not. I'm not gonna, no, this is not okay.
You did it. And we know it.
No, I didn't.
And we know it.
What did I do?
But you have to explain to me why.
What did I do? If you know that I did that.
What did she do that was so bad?
What did I do if you know I did that to her? How did I possibly do that?
You beat her to death.
No,
you did.
I didn't. No, I didn't.
You did.
No, I did not.
Those injuries that we saw, that type of injury comes from car crashes, from airplane crashes, and for people to fall from extreme heights off of the top of buildings.
No.
This isn't an accident.
No, she was alive when she got in the tub. This was not intentional. She was very well and alive.
Shivion.
I don't know what could have possibly happened. I did not beat her to death. I did not. I really didn't.
Well, there's only 2 people in that apartment.
I don't know how that possibly happened.
And Richard's one. That's it. And by the look of your neck, and by the look of your wrists, that's somebody who feels guilty.
That I did not do it.
Why else would you try and hurt yourself?
I didn't do enough. I thought she was playing.
I think you did enough.
I didn't help her when she should have been helped.
That's right, because that's your job to protect her.
Exactly.
And I don't know if you lost your cool, if she did something
What?
to upset you.
Oh my gosh.
But this is the time to explain it. Because
I cannot explain this.
Because the medical evidence is what it is.
Can I see the rest of the medical evidence, please?
No, there'll be plenty of time for that.
No, it's not plenty of time for that. No, I need to know. I need to know what else you guys, because this is really mind-blowing to me right now.
Her internal injuries were so beat up that she fled to death.
No.
Yes.
She had no plenty of time to have blood coming out of her.
Inside her belly. Inside her belly.
No.
They took so much blood out of her belly. I have never seen that much blood.
This has to be a joke.
It's not. I trust you. Listen, this is far from a joke. But once you tell me the truth, you'll feel better. I promise you, you'll feel better.
I cannot feel better about something I didn't do.
You did it.
No, I didn't.
Shivion, stop.
I'm telling you, I did not.
The time for this.
No.
It is.
No.
You told me that Richard was gone. You told me he was gone, that he checked out. He was at the clinic. We know that the injury to her liver was so severe that she died within minutes of the injury. He wasn't in the apartment.
She was alive. She was alive. There's no reason she could have possibly died from an injury like that when she was alive the whole time in the tub until I walked off.
Tell me what happened.
I walked off from her. That was it.
No.
Yes.
The time for sticking to this story is over. You can't fight evidence. We have medical evidence that shows how she died. This isn't a game. This isn't a joke. I'm not trying to...
She had water coming out of her.
I agree. She did have water coming out of her. That's not what killed her. What? She bled to death.
No, she didn't. I'm telling you, no. Janiyah was alive in the tub.
Tell me what happened.
No.
Please.
I didn't do anything.
Please explain to me why this beautiful little girl that just turned 5, she should be running around with pigtails in her hair. She should be swimming and playing with her friends. But unfortunately,
we were just doing all that stuff.
She can't do that anymore.
We were just doing all of that stuff with her. That doesn't add up.
She should be doing it.
I really don't know where that. No, I don't know where that came from. I do not know.
This is the time to tell me.
I'm telling you, I don't know.
You have to tell me the truth.
I'm telling you.
Please don't let this little girl's death go unjustified.
I'm telling you.
Please don't do that to her.
I'm telling you.
She doesn't deserve it. She's an innocent.
There is no way. I'm telling you, there's no way.
Help me.
That she could have possibly. I told you, the most that I know of that hurt her, she got into a scuffle. I didn't even realize she had that bruise on her stomach until that day.
Listen to me. Listen. Look at me. Look at me. Hey. Shivion, look at me. The injury to her liver. She bled to death in 9 minutes. It didn't happen at a scuffle out in the yard. It didn't happen from bonking her head on another kid's head.
There's no reason she could have possibly gotten an injury like that.
I know. There's only
nothing.
one way it happened.
There's no way. I'm telling you, there's no way she could have possibly gotten an injury like that. She was very well and alive and sitting up when I left the bathroom.
I see those injuries all the time.
No.
No, I do.
No.
I see children with lacerated livers.
No.
All the time.
No.
I see children with lacerated small intestines. I see children with lacerated large intestines. I see children with lacerated hearts, with broken ribs, with their heads smashed.
No.
I see all that.
That wasn't her.
And it only happens from one thing.
That was not her.
Because someone close to them.
That
someone
wasn't her.
who loves them.
No, I'm telling you.
And I believe
that didn't happen like that. But it did not.
I do believe that you loved her. But I believe something happened that upset you.
No.
And I want to.
No.
And if it was an accident, you need to tell me that it was an accident.
No, it wasn't an accident. I don't know how that happened.
I do. She was beat to death.
You can't say it was by me.
You were the only one there.
I don't care who was there. It wasn't me.
Are you going to tell me that some ghost came in and did this? When there are only two people in a room and one person ends up dead, that's it. You already told me this.
What do you want to say?
I'm really trying to figure out like what is really going on right now.
I'm telling you what's going on. Text Connor's telling you what's going on.
This is
We're not
crazy.
lying to you.
I feel like somebody's lying to me.
So you could state that, but you know the truth. You know.
The truth is she was in the tub. Alive.
I'm not down there.
Walked there herself.
I believe that. Something else happened though.
I don't know what. No, I don't.
It's going to be the hardest thing for you ever to admit.
Oh no. I'm telling you, I'm not gonna admit something that I didn't do. That's what I'm not gonna do. There is no way. There's no way.
Then explain it to me.
Can you explain it to me?
No, I have explained it to you a couple of times.
I'm still in disbelief. I still cannot believe this. This is a joke.
Who killed that child?
I thought, no, what?
Who killed that child?
Nobody! Like, nobody should have possibly killed her!
You think that she just woke up dead?
I thought it was the tub!
You thought the tub beat her to death?
What?
Let me tell you something. Do you know what a liver is supposed to look like?
No.
Let me show you. Let me show you real quick. This is what a liver is supposed to look like. Smooth, shiny. That's the way our organs...
Could that have possibly happened when I did CPR on her? Because I was pushing her whole body.
These lacerations, I told you, we see this in airplane crash victims. We see this in people that have been killed in car accidents.
No.
We see this in people that fall from great heights.
No.
Yes. This is what it should look like. This is what it looks like after somebody has punched or stomped on somebody's abdomen so hard that it ruptures their insides.
No.
Yes?
Nobody does anything like that.
Absolutely. People do it all the time.
No.
People do it all the time.
No.
This isn't a trick. This is real. This is Janiyah's. This is her liver. I'm not making this up. I'm not making it up. You were the only one with her. That's it.
Why didn't you happen to her in that tub?
Why didn't you protect her?
Where did it happen?
Nowhere. She was fine.
She went fine.
No.
Well,
she wasn't. But you gotta help me understand, because you seem like a nice lady. I gotta know how you were capable of doing that.
No, I'm not at all.
We see two types of people.
I'm not capable of doing that.
You know, we see good people. We see people who love.
I genuinely thought it was the water. The whole when I gave her CPR, it was water coming out of her. I don't understand right now. I don't understand. I thought it was.
I know. Listen, I know you're not a monster.
What's up?
But sometimes people are weak, and sometimes we do things that we regret.
No.
Sometimes we make decisions that we can't take back. We do something. There's an action that we can't take back once we've done it.
That time back to the.
And this is what happened.
Someone's had to mix up.
I can't see you get.
There had to be a mix-up.
Okay, how'd you get so mad at her? What did she do?
What?
What did she do to make you that mad?
No, that's not gonna work. Cause I didn't do that.
No, you did.
No, I didn't.
What up, AOBD? What's going on? I'm glad you got to check in. Make sure you hit that like button. I was about to tell you to subscribe. You know, it is just so regular. So make sure you hit that like button, AOBD. And after the video, if you can hype up the video, hype it up. It's a free way to support the show. And we've been here for a while. So let me tell you, and you can also support the channel by joining the membership or donating below if you so choose to. It is my birthday weekend, y'all. And yes, my birthday is Monday, so this is the birthday weekend. But I'll be celebrating all month, and I'll be posting something about my little birthday campaign that I'm doing for this year. All right. And this whole getting on my nerve. Just go to jail. Don't pass go. You're not getting $200. You done sat there and act. She will never get a part in the play. She's a horrible actor. And just go to jail, girl. We's tired, but go ahead. That little girl was so pretty, though. She was so pretty and had such a a light and radiance that showed. And it is just crazy how these monsters continue to prey on children. I say round them all up, lock them up. Shit.
No doubt about it.
It's a doubt.
No.
I didn't do that.
You were the only one in the apartment. Richard wasn't there. Her death occurred within 2 to 3 minutes. I'm not saying this. A doctor is saying this. A super smart person.
There's no way
who was a lot more
her death could have possibly occurred within 2 to 3 minutes. No, she was up. She was up. She was doing fine.
Is this why you tried to kill yourself last night? Is this why? I mean, 'cause I can't imagine the guilt. I can't imagine how guilty you must feel that baby died while you were taking care of her. Now, from the looks of your wrists and the look of your neck, I'm going to say you either tried to cut yourself, but just weren't able to do it deep enough. Because cutting yourself is tough. I'm going to guess that you tried to hang yourself at one point, or at least strangle yourself, so that you lost consciousness.
Her dad is feeling probably the same exact way, if not worse than me.
You don't have a mark.
The only difference.
You don't have a mark on his body. I just talked to him.
I know.
Talked to him the whole time.
I know.
He's in there crying, breaking down. I don't know what to do with him.
That is
He's so upset. He's beside himself. Now I talk to you. Not a tear in your eye. You've got cuts on your wrists. You've got contusions around your neck.
I'm in disbelief.
You can believe it because you tried to hurt yourself. Because you're feeling so bad about what you did that you tried to take your own life.
No, I feel bad because she was right there and I thought she was fine.
Are you right now thinking in your head, if I just keep denying this?
No, I'm not thinking that at all.
Because there's so much evidence. So much.
That's what I'm thinking. What other evidence?
How much evidence do you need?
I'm really trying to figure out what is really going on.
Have you ever built a puzzle?
Who haven't?
Right? You ever, missing a couple pieces? You're like, oh, shoot, I'm missing a couple pieces. But you can still figure out what the picture is, right? That's where we're at. I might be missing a few pieces of the puzzle. I might be missing how it happened, why it happened, where in the apartment. I might be missing some pieces, but I got the picture. I got the picture. The picture's there.
This has to be wrong.
There's nothing wrong about it. Now, if you were hitting her and you went too far, you had, maybe you didn't realize how hard you were hitting her, or maybe you fell on top of her and didn't realize how hard you did that, that's understandable. But if you woke up that morning going, I'm going to beat the crap out of this little kid, that's a different person.
No.
That's what we need to figure out who we're talking to. Because I don't know who we're talking to right now. There's no mountain of denial that's going to get those cuffs off today.
It's not about, I'm really trying to think right now. What could have possibly happened? I really am.
You're the only one that knows. You're the only one that knows. There's only 2 people that knew.
This is crazy.
Why you going to 2 people in the apartment? Shitty on life. Tell us what happened.
Don't let this little girl's death go without an explanation. She deserves it.
I didn't.
This little girl deserves the truth to be told. You owe it to her.
You owe it to her. I didn't do it.
She called you mommy. She thought of you as her mother.
If I would have known that something like that was wrong with her, she would have been a hospital way sooner. It doesn't matter what could have possibly happened. It doesn't matter what could be possibly going on. As long as she's okay, that's the only thing that matters. So if I would have known that something like that severe...
How would you have known?
Exactly. How would I have known?
I don't know. I didn't say you knew that her liver was lacerated. So
if I would have known something like that was going on, she would have been in the hospital.
But something happened there. Something happened that caused those injuries. What do you mean way sooner? What are you talking about way sooner?
What are you talking about way sooner?
You pulled her out, you dressed her, you put her on the couch and you didn't call her.
Exactly.
You called her.
That's why I said, tell me what happened way sooner.
When she was dead.
I didn't know.
You didn't know? How do you know?
How do I know? How do I know?
You know how I know? Because when you're on the 911 gate going, I don't know if she's breathing. I heard it.
Yes, that's what I didn't know if she's breathing or not.
I don't know.
That's not how I wanted to know.
I have the tapes. Are you kidding me?
Oh my God.
We have all of this.
Yes, I know you have the tapes. I'm not confused at all about that, but I'm really confused about this. I really am.
I'm very confused.
I am.
Then why are you saying you're not confused?
I'm not confused that you have the tapes. I'm not confused that you didn't hear what was going on, but the fact that you're trying to say all the parents on the phone said, I don't know. No, that's not right.
Are you confused about the medical evidence that we have?
Yes, I'm confused about all of it. The fact that you guys are saying it was bruises to her bones?
To the bone.
That's insane. That's insane.
No, you're insane, I believe.
There's nothing insane about this.
I don't even know.
There's nothing insane about this. You want to know what this is? This is her leg. This is the inside of her leg, and that is blood that's not supposed to be there.
Oh, wow.
You want to see her arms? This is blood that's not supposed to be on her arms. Do you understand? That is blood that is not supposed to be there. Her legs are supposed to be almost milky pink. These are bruises. These are legit 100% bruises caused by an adult with a whole lot of force.
This is insane to me.
I already showed you what I need to show you. I ain't got nothing else for you.
I thought she would have got up at some point in time. Like, Mommy, I'm just kidding. That's how in disbelief I am and was about the situation.
I still think that Richard left because Richard was there when this happened.
She was fine when she left the tub. She was fine. She was.
You know what? You're probably right. She probably was okay when she got in the tub. But that's what happened after.
She wasn't in the tub at all. Nothing happened after.
She... Look at me. Please. Please look at me. The tub didn't kill this baby.
So she did that for drowning. So why wasn't water coming out of her?
Because it's natural. I mean, why she was in the water. So water got inside her.
No. No. She was breathing. I seen her. That's what I told you guys. She was breathing in the water. That's why I told her to sit up. She sat up. And then I left and came back and she was laying back down. She was not in a situation to be, oh, no.
Underwater television.
I'm still like, damn, is she gonna come back? Is this just really a fucking game right now? Is there any way possible she's just gonna get up and you guys are gonna tell us to come get her?
She's not coming back.
No, she was breathing in that water. I'm telling you, she was alive. Nothing happened to her in the tub. She was breathing in the water. And I'm telling you that for sure. Because I had to tell her to sit up and stop doing that. And she did. She was fine.
So did she get the whooping before you put her in the tub?
What? She didn't get a whooping.
Or was it after?
She didn't get a whooping that morning. At all. She didn't get a whooping.
Sheila, we've explained to you what happened.
Why do you think she got a whooping that day?
Well, if you said she was alive when you put her in the tub.
Very well.
The injury could have happened prior to you putting her in the bathtub. And then she expired while she was in the tub.
No. I'm telling you, she was up.
Well, I'm saying, she could have maybe walked to the tub with that type of injury. I doubt it. You would have probably had to carry her.
No. She walked to the tub.
See, the thing that unfortunately that we're faced with, that we have to deal with, because this isn't going away. It's not. This is real. This is as serious as it gets. It doesn't get any more serious than this. We have a 5-year-old little girl that loved her daddy and loved her mama. And when I say loved her mama, I'm talking about you. That little girl woke up Wednesday morning. It's like it was another day. And then sometime between the time she woke up and 8 o'clock in the morning, she died. And children just don't die. There were only 2 people inside that apartment. You and her. You're smart enough to understand what I'm talking about. You're intelligent enough to understand what I've explained to you.
I don't.
It might be hard.
She was breathing in water. I don't.
I'm sure that it's hard to deal with.
I don't like how I understand it. I don't want to believe it.
I know you don't.
This can't be. No.
I know you don't want to believe it. I wouldn't want to believe it either. I wouldn't want to believe that I would be capable of doing something like that to a child.
I didn't. I didn't.
No, you didn't.
I didn't. I didn't.
And you probably think that if you continue to deny,
no, I don't think
it's going to make a difference. But it's not.
You guys already have your mindset that it was just me.
You told me it was just you. Richard told
me. I didn't do that though.
Both of you told me that he left. He was gone. You both said that. You said that you were alone in the apartment with her.
She was fine though.
She wasn't.
She was.
No.
She was fine. She was.
Then why'd you try to hurt yourself?
Why'd you try to kill yourself?
Why would you try and kill yourself? If it wasn't your fault. What?
Because I was there with her.
So?
I thought she was sleeping.
You didn't think she was sleeping.
I genuinely thought she was sleeping.
You're smart enough to know when somebody's sleeping.
No, she played right. She's a playful kid.
You don't
it's
know
not about that.
When someone is dead?
No, apparently not.
Of course.
I haven't ever been in that type of situation before, so no, I wouldn't know the difference.
Is that?
Like I said, she was still warm. I didn't even realize she was warm.
Shit, I know you don't think I'm on your side, but I'm the only voice you have right now. This is it. You got me. I am the only one that's willing to tell your story.
She was alive. She was fine.
So what you want me to believe is that this poor child got the beating that ended her life. She was beat to death. The beating that ended her life. Nobody knows how it happened. It just happened. It happened while she was in the tub and you were out having a cigarette. Because one minute she's fine and the next minute she's dead.
She was alive in the tub when she got it. She was alive.
And she could have been.
She was.
But either what? So then what happened before. It doesn't change anything. It really doesn't. It doesn't matter if she was in the tub. It doesn't matter if she was in a car. It doesn't matter if she was laying on the couch. It doesn't matter where she was.
It doesn't matter because if she wasn't in that tub, she wouldn't have died. If I would have walked off, she would be still here.
No, she wouldn't.
She would. She would.
She'd be on.
She would still be here if I didn't walk off from her. If I didn't think that...
She had already bled to death.
No.
Yeah.
No.
She did.
No, she didn't.
It's not a mystery. We know what killed her.
She didn't.
She did.
She didn't.
I don't. Listen, you can say she didn't as much as you want. You can say it till you're blue in the face. It doesn't change anything. It doesn't. I'm sorry. And if that's what makes you feel better, then you can...
If she died, how could she have possibly been breathing in the water? How could she be possibly doing that if she had died?
I told you. We told you it takes 2 to 3 minutes for something like that to happen.
She was in the tub longer than 2 to 3 minutes.
Okay. So you probably, if what happened, which I'm assuming for whatever reason you got upset, then you put that whooping on her.
No.
And then you put her in the tub trying to clean her up because she would have been bloody.
Bloody? What?
From her mouth. Because she's got injuries in her mouth. She would have got a bloody nose.
What?
So you put her in the tub to clean her off.
No, that's completely made up.
Because we see it all the time.
But I didn't ever agree to or say that that's what happened.
The first time that I've seen a
I didn't at no point in time agree to saying that happened. I didn't say that happened.
The first time that I've seen a baby with a lacerated liver, that baby died because of that. This ain't the first time. I see this all the time.
She was breathing in that water.
What? Then you whooped her before you put her in the tub.
No.
Yeah.
No.
You did.
No.
Now, I don't know if you used your feet, or if you used your hands, or how you did it, or if you struck her with an object that was inside the apartment to cause that type of an injury.
No.
But there is no doubt in anyone's mind that that child died from a beating. And like my partner said...
Are you sure?
Absolutely. 100%. Because you yourself said
she was breathing in the water.
She hadn't been in any accident. She hadn't been hurt. She didn't have no bruises the night before when you put her to bed. Y'all said when we put her to bed, she was just fine.
Nobody did never say that. I told you she got into a scuffle outside.
Oh, sure. Okay.
Not that kind of scuffle.
She got into a scuffle outside.
Then she would have been dead that day. She'd been dead that afternoon.
Are
you telling me that you had a dead baby in your house all day and you never called the police?
She died.
No, she died in the morning. After Richard left.
No.
Yep.
No, she didn't.
Yep.
And yeah, she did.
I know she did.
She drowned.
No, she did. She was beat to death.
You just said that, y'all put her to bed, nothing was ever wrong with it. Right. I didn't. No, I didn't. I told you she had a scuffle and that's how she got beat up like that. I told you that from the beginning.
That didn't cause it. You said she came in with a little black eye. She had dinner, had a sandwich, y'all watched TV, you put her down on the bed for care. You said the scuffle was around 5 or 6 o'clock in the afternoon. Y'all had dinner and good night and put her in bed. You got her up for a bath the next day and put her in the bathtub. You said she walked to the tub.
So if I possibly did that, she would not have been up in the tub for more than 10 minutes.
Well,
if you guys are saying that was a 2-minute type of situation. No, she was up.
I mean, this is
very alive.
This is just what you're telling me. I mean, I don't know the timeline. I have to go off what you say. I know she was in the tub because her hair was wet. We know she was in the tub because there was blood in the tub. We know she was in the bathroom because there was blood on the floor. No doubt in my mind you put her in the tub. I agree.
That was part of it. If I go run the water in the tub right now, that blue stuff is going to fill up the whole tub. And if I let it out and don't wash the tub out, it's going to fill up again.
But that's not in question. You put her in the tub. You said you put her. I believe you. I believe you did put her in the tub. I do. I do.
So are you guys trying to arrest me for murder?
You are going to be charged with murder.
Are you serious?
Yes, very serious.
I did not do that.
Chevion was charged with 1 count of murder and 6 counts of child abuse, including neglect or endangerment resulting in substantial bodily harm. But Richard Davis was allowed to go home and plan a funeral for his daughter. Janiyah's birth mother never attended Janiyah's funeral. Police were also unable to obtain an interview from her. About a year later, lab results for the DNA found underneath Janiyah's fingernails confirmed that DNA belonged to her father, Richard Davis. Due to the sperm fraction found inside Janiyah, he was arrested on August 17th of 2020 and charged with 1 count of murder, 6 counts of child abuse, neglect or endangerment resulting in substantial bodily harm, 1 count of SA with a minor under the age of 14, and 1 count of lewdness with a child under the age of 14. At first, the trial was going to proceed with the objective being to try the couple together, but a conflict of interest was determined and the courts decided to try the pair separately, with Chevion Miller's trial being dealt with first. She never testified in her own defense, but there were some key points brought up during her trial that certainly need to be addressed. So let's start with the DNA found on the child. The sample taken under Janiyah's fingernail definitely, beyond the shadow of a doubt, belonged to Richard Davis. There was no question about that. There was, however, contention during the trial as to whether or not the DNA found inside Janiyah actually belonged to Richard or was even a match for Richard. But the prosecution showed a photo and claimed that the swabs used to conduct the test took the samples from a position far enough inside the body that a towel simply wouldn't reach. What we do know is that the tiny fraction that was found inside Janiyah's body was confirmed to have 2 DNA donors. One was likely Janiyah, and the other was definitely a male, but the sample was just too small to determine exactly who the male donor was, so the test results on that could neither confirm or exclude Janiyah's father. Richard's arrest stemmed from the fact that there were no other males present around Janiyah for days leading up to her murder. But then about 8 days before Chevion's trial, Richard's SA charge was mysteriously dropped. There were also major disputes about Janiyah's time of death. While Janiyah definitely died in the apartment, her official death was recorded at the hospital as 8:25 a.m. Her body temperature, taken slightly before that, was 87 degrees Fahrenheit, which is significantly lower than normal. Because of this, her estimated time of death was initially believed to have been roughly 2 hours before first responders arrived. And if that was the case, then yes, Chevion was the only one that could have murdered Janiyah because she was the only one with her at the time. But later, Dr. Cornell estimated that Janiyah may have actually passed 3 to 4 hours before she was pronounced dead, which means she very well could have died as early as 3:30 a.m. And that changes everything. I wonder if the bath and the heater were simply ways to keep the body warm long enough for a monster to get offside. And while we can only speculate, thanks to the trial, we now know that could indeed be a possibility. According to the defense, neither the bat nor the belt found in the apartment, as well as other items and evidence, were ever tested, which is kind of odd, especially considering that neither Chevion nor Richard had any damage to their hands. And what about those boxing glove type things seen on the floor in the evidence photos? They'd certainly be a good way to protect one's hands while attacking someone else, but as it stands, they don't seem to have been tested. Another alarming thing the defense brought up was Exhibit 301, which was a video that showed Richard Davis at the Telcris Plasma Donation Center. The claim was that Richard looked visibly distraught roughly an hour and a half before he should have known anything had happened to his daughter. He was described as slouched in his chair, head down, shaking his head. He was also noted by a Telcris worker to not really have reacted much to the news about his daughter. It's impossible for me to watch these clips and not think there's something off about Richard.
I told y'all, I believe that Richard was there. I believe Richard was there and he left so that Chevion could take the blame for all of it, and she sitting around acting stupid like she did. Her best friend did a interview that I don't think we're going to get to today, but her best friend did an interview. It was very telling, and for the life of me, I hope that all those other children that they were babysitting, quote unquote, babysitting, I hope that their parents take them to get an exam, because baby, this is crazy. And like I said, you can tell by his body language. Why is he going? He is going to go donate blood plasma so that he can get money. But why is he looking like this? Come on, y'all now.
His demeanor is certainly alarming, but is that due to the context of this video, or the lack of context in understanding Richard's baseline behaviors? There's no doubt in my mind that Richard Davis knew something and had something to do with this. And personally, I find his presence in these clips highly unsettling. There's no denying that Richard, by observation only, could be considered strange in his mannerisms, but strange is not evidence that he murdered Janiyah. Another big thing that was brought up briefly during Chevion's trial was Jese Williams, the friend Chevion referred to as her sister, the one with the kids that Janiyah allegedly touched inappropriately. The prosecution had tried relentlessly to get Jese to respond to subpoenas, but they simply couldn't locate her. They had her name down as Jese Johnson, spelled like this, so who knows, maybe that had something to do with it. But suddenly on the last day of Chevion's trial, the prosecutor was somehow able to locate Jese and talk her into testifying that morning. In the 3 years leading up to the trial, no one had ever interviewed this witness about the murder. According to the prosecution, Jese said she had babysat Janiyah in the apartment on the Saturday before her death and hadn't noticed any injuries on the child. But she did state that she found Richard weird and that he made her uncomfortable. But at the time, she needed a place to stay, so, in her words, beggars can't be choosers. Jese also allegedly told the prosecution that on multiple occasions, Richard Davis would turn the TV up and discipline Janiyah in the other room. Jese described how she could still hear Janiyah screaming over the noise, but she wasn't exactly sure what Richard was doing to her. However, she went on to note that Chevion had recently told her she wanted out of the relationship, and she was tired of watching Richard's child and being responsible for her. The prosecution alleged that Jese heard Chevion say she would kill Janiyah. Not only that, but there was evidence submitted before a grand jury in the form of an anonymous Crime Stopper tip that also claimed someone was going to kill Janiyah. There's no proof, but the prosecution seemed to think that person was Jese. The prosecution also mentioned several jail phone calls between Chevion and Jese until suddenly, Jese decided to sever contact with Chevion for good. The jail phone calls were recorded somewhere, but I was unable to obtain them. Due to objections by the defense, Jese Williams was not allowed to testify at Chevion's trial. Also submitted into evidence was a text message from Chevion to Richard days earlier stating, "Your daughter is the devil." Chevion Imani Miller was convicted of first-degree murder and child abuse resulting in substantial bodily harm. She was sentenced to serve 20 to 50 years behind bars. She's currently serving time in the Florence McClure Women's Correctional Facility in Las Vegas, Nevada. Richard Davis was eventually released on bail, and I haven't been able to find a single update on his case.
If you all had known my grandbaby, you would totally love her. She loved her siblings like she loved her siblings. The world is gonna miss out. They're already missing out on the beautiful soul that she was. She's been 10 years old. And I wonder what would she look like? How long would her hair be? Because she has so much hair. It was crazy. Like, I'm low-key jealous, but she has so much hair on her little tiny head. But I just wonder, would her hair be longer? Would she have wanted to cut? Like, I just all of it. What would she be into? Like, all the stuff that I think about. And I don't know. There's no answer. There will never be an answer for it. At some point, my daughter, Janiyah's mom, confided in us that Richard had physically put hands on her abusively. And I'm just like, what? I remember one time he was telling us about a fight that he had. And he beat this person down so bad that out of his own mouth, he said, "My hands are registered weapons in the state of Nevada." And I was like, wow. That to me was a red flag. This person make you angry and you just took it out. Like, I don't know. I don't remember the details. I just remember that phrase that he said, and it kind of blew my mind. I kept that in the back of my mind all these years. I just remember that when she made the decision to send Janiyah, everybody was against it because I couldn't understand why my daughter didn't call me to be like, "Can you help me with the girls?" Because if I had to get a second job or whatever I had to do to help her, I would have made myself available to do that. Richard wasn't in Janiyah's life, and now all of a sudden, you want to take care of her and this, that, and blah, 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 which I didn't understand. It's like, you've been gone and away for 4 years now. My daughter's been pretty much doing this on her own with intermittent help from me as I understood where she was at. And now you want to show up? What's that about? Like, what do you have to gain from this? Well, then we found out that he had a girlfriend, Siobhan. I didn't know her, had never met her, didn't know anything about her. But my daughter did tell me that Siobhan had a miscarriage. And then I found out from, in the strangest way, Siobhan's mom, after the trial, that Richard had beat her and she lost the baby. So Siobhan's mom told me that. And they let my grandbaby go from Colorado to Las Vegas illegally. The state of Colorado wasn't even supposed to let her come back here because they were the custodians at the time. So she wasn't even supposed to come. No paperwork was done. No, nothing was done. They dropped the ball. They totally dropped the ball. They did not do what they were supposed to do. Now she's in the grave. He could have just sent her back to Colorado. I would have went and picked her up. I would have picked her up. You wouldn't have had to twist my arm. You wouldn't even had to convince me, none of that. I need to come get you. I'll be there tomorrow. And would have left immediately. So her death was unnecessary, except for revealing who Siobhan and Richard really are. The next time I had heard anything about Janiyah, her welfare, her well-being, was the day I got the phone call from social services, 15 days after her birthday. She was killed. She was beaten to death. She didn't even get to be 5 years old and start school. Her funeral was on September the 24th of that same year. And I would have liked to have participated, but it seems that Richard and his family took control over the whole thing. They didn't want us to come to the wake. Like, none of that. It's like, what is wrong with y'all? I didn't have any information. Like, I hounded him on Facebook. I need to know when the funeral is because I'm coming. If you think for 1 minute that you're going to bury my granddaughter and I'm not going to be there, you got life and the other stuff completely mixed up. So he finally gave me the date and the time, and so I wanted my daughter to be there. She was gonna come and then she didn't. She was gonna come. I had $400 to my name and I said, I will buy you a plane ticket right now. But she said, Mama, if I go, I don't trust myself. So me and my mom and Sarah and her best friend went to the funeral. And some people are like, well, why didn't her mom come? Why didn't her? You know what? Don't knock it until you've been there. And I wasn't angry with her for not showing up. I was able to speak at the funeral on her behalf. So we get to the funeral. Richard is standing there. You know, oh, tears. And I'm thinking, I gave him a little side hug because I wanted to feel his spirit. And my mom, she wasn't hugging. She was like, no. She didn't ever like him either. So she certainly wasn't going to give him a hug. So I gave him a little side hug, a little pat, whatever. And it was so fake. It felt fake to me. And that may be harsh, but I was there. It felt fake. And so we're sitting there during the service and the whole thing, and then Richard goes up to the casket and he's I'm looking at him like, bro, this don't feel right to me. This feel like you had something to do with it. And in my opinion, he did have something to do with it. We went to the trial and I knew it was going to be intense. I knew it was going to be graphic. I knew it was going to be a lot of what most people may not be able to handle, but I needed to know what happened to my granddaughter because it wasn't no freaking her heart stopped. Well, yeah, her heart stopped because she was beat to death. That's why her heart stopped, but it wasn't because she had a heart attack or some heart complications. Don't get me twisted because it didn't make any sense. So we get to the trial and we hear all this testimony about the stuff that happened to her, and I am floored. She wasn't just beat. Like, when they showed a picture of her liver, and then they said it is a lacerated liver, the pathologist said it wasn't just like she got, like, maybe punched in the stomach. It looked like someone had stomped on her, and her liver looked like mush. So, all the details after that, I mean, it was just more and more and more. The bruising all over her body, from her neck, all the way down to her ankles. And I'm thinking, you all are trying Siobhan. And she, as far as I'm concerned, foolishly took the rap for it. Where was Richard in all this? Her daddy. Okay, the one that seeded the egg. Where is he at in all of this? Because something in my maternal mind, as a mother and a grandmother, could not possibly calculate or compute the fact that this one woman did all of this. And I still don't fully believe it wasn't. Oh, she's culpable for sure because she was there and didn't do nothing to stop it. But I don't think it was her. I don't. So we get through the trial. We literally watched them take my granddaughter apart a little bit at a time. Like, we saw the inside of her ribs where she had hemorrhaged because they were broken, and some, if I remember correctly, had broken and healed, and fresh fractures and things like that. And I'm thinking, and then I remember when Richard said to me, my hands are registered weapons with the state of Nevada. That never left me. And it came back screaming loud and clear. I was glad that she was found guilty, but it still didn't sit right in my soul and my spirit that it was all her, because it wasn't. There's no way. But see, that's where my faith comes in handy, because I know that the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords, he gonna get the final say. I don't care what nobody say. So we have prayed, me and Sarah, that God would deal with Siobhan's part. Don't give her no peace, don't give her no rest until she speaks the truth out of her mouth. Until the absolute truth comes out, there's going to be no justice. There will be no justice for Janiyah. But the paramedic said that her hair was not wet. Now, if you know anything about black people's hair, when it's in braids, Janiyah's hair was braided, and it gets wet, it takes a minute for it to dry. Unless you got like super thin hair, when it's braiding cornrow, it takes a minute for it to dry. So by the time the paramedics arrived, if she had truly been in the bathtub and drowned, her hair would have still been wet. And he said her hair was not wet. So that was like key to the fact that this situation did not happen in no water in the bathtub. Not like that. So we heard a lot. We've seen a lot. The stuff that might give some people nightmares. So yeah, that's what happened to my grandbaby. But in my heart, it's not over. It's not over until the truth comes out. Because I need to know what part Richard played in Janiyah's death.
You know, it's been 3 years since I first heard the name Janiyah Russell. It's been a lot of tracking down documents, evidence, USB drives getting lost in the mail, multiple times I might add, and even refusals of FOIA or open records requests for various reasons, including Chevion Miller's appeal, which was recently rejected. I've spent so much time researching this little girl's case and her life that even I feel like I should have been at her funeral. It's a horrible case, and cases involving children always stick with me. And this one specifically reminds me so much of Fallon Friedli's murder. For those of you who haven't seen my video on Fallon Friedli, there are so many similarities between these two cases. Kirsty and Chevion were both supposed to be babysitting the little girls that were found murdered in their care. Both crimes involved a bathtub. Both crimes involved severe liver injuries and bellies full of blood. Both cases involved adults who went for a smoke during crucial moments. Both cases involved neglecting to provide or call for aid when it mattered most, when it was obvious the children wouldn't survive without it. And then when it comes to the interrogations, if you ever question whether or not Chevion is guilty based on hers, just let me show you what a guilty person looks like. This is Fallon Friedli's murderer, Kirsty Flood.
According to the doctors in the ER,
Yes.
her belly is full of blood. She's got an injury to her liver, her spleen, and her colon.
Oh my God, stop.
She's got bruises all over her body.
Stop.
She's got bruises all over her head.
Oh my, I can't even believe. How exactly? How would that even have happened? No, that is extremely confusing, and the only thing that I could even think of is if she tripped.
So her tripping and falling would not cause those injuries.
I don't even understand.
So tell me how this happened.
Neither of us are violent people. That doesn't even make sense to me how that would even happen. But it would never lose me cool on that level. I did not do anything to that little girl. And you are not about to ruin my life over that. How?
You tell me, I wasn't there.
All over her head.
You want to see the picture of the baby?
All over her head. Do you know that accidents happen all the time?
I do, because I have 4 kids.
Exactly my point.
If she hadn't been caught on her own home surveillance system, she might still be free. She makes a lot of the same statements Chevion made, and she's adamant of her innocence. I've actually connected Janiyah's grandmother and Fallon's mother. I hope that connection will be fruitful and help them heal from their losses, knowing that they aren't forced to face them alone. If you ask me my opinion, I think Chevion and Richard both did this, and if they did, I hope they rot for it. I'll be campaigning for Chevion not to be released. In fact, I'll be starting a petition, and I'm eagerly waiting for Richard's day in court. There's so much more to this, even just with my involvement. I've spoken to other people close to this case, and I even have conversations with some of them recorded. Hell, I've even spoken to Chevion's own mother, who makes some pretty outlandish claims, and who knows, maybe she's right. I can't speak about all those here on this channel though, but along with some of Janiyah's family members that care, I've started a Facebook group called Justice for Janiyah Russell, and I'll be discussing these other things in much more detail there. In fact, I've been exchanging letters with Chevion Miller. I've got some phone calls from her too. Join me on the Justice for Janiyah Russell page, or on my own new true crime channel, One Crime TM, to find out more and show your support for finding answers to this tragedy. My final notes on this case are as follows. Janiyah Russell was let down by this world. Almost everyone that was supposed to protect and love her either abandoned or abused her, and she had only just turned 5. When she was beaten to death, so many people stayed silent. When when she was crying out for help, clearly dealing with some kind of trauma, ears turned deaf. So many refused to speak out in time, or for some, even at all. Very few cared about Janiyah. Almost every news article on this case would nearly fit inside a few fortune cookies. This world simply didn't deserve a smile like Janiyah's. She had no one fighting for her. But I think that just changed because you and I now know what we know. And I can bet my bottom dollar that once overlooked, Janiyah Russell will never be forgotten. Rest in peace, little girl. And to those who harmed her, stood by and did nothing to save her while she suffered. To those who failed to seek justice in her name, I hope you never close your eyes again without hearing whispers from the water she took her final breaths in.
Is correct. So, I believe Richard did it too. I believe that he was a part of it too. I just don't think that, she did all of this by herself. Like I'm just not buying that. And what's still the deal for me is that how he looked on the camera. Because AOBD, if you're still in here, you hit it right on the nose. I also believe that as well. I believe that he went there to make sure that he was seen on camera, because he was definitely distraught. And I just don't believe that he didn't have anything to do with it. So the best friend did an interview, and it's 1 hour and 32 minutes. I do remember watching some of it. I think I fell asleep on it, but she had some very interesting things to say. So maybe we'll go over that next. I don't really, I remember watching it, and it got like a little weird. So I think, I don't know. I do have some other stuff that's going out. Like I said, we have new branding on the channel. So all donations that are provided would greatly help that. You'll see we have a new logo. We have a new banner. And everything like that. And so like I said, I'm going to probably doing like dropping maybe 2 to 3 premieres a week. Hopefully I can stick to this schedule, because like I said, I still take care of my mother. Everything I do is centered around what I have to do for her. So and then I think we'll do lives on Saturday, and then maybe members only on Sunday. But I'm trying to get, a better schedule so I can get back into the swing of things, and bring my audience and my subscribers back to the fold. So I'm going to try to stick to what I can, but don't hold me to it. I'm going through a lot. Y'all just don't understand. But I'm going to tell y'all, though, I just don't feel like talking about it now, because we'll be here all daggone night, and probably half of tomorrow, or probably all day tomorrow and the day after that. And I just don't even want to talk about it. My birthday is Monday. Happy birthday to me. And so, like I said, this is my birthday month. I may do a birthday live on Monday. I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. So I don't know. But I want to see what was Richard's last name, child, because now I'm pissed off. They don't have nothing. Richard ain't get his behind locked up, because I believe they, for some strange reason, I want to say that his charges, Richard Davis. Oh, you know what? I think I tried to search him yesterday, and I couldn't find anything. Just like Mr. Black was saying. I think I did. He is. Let me see if I put Janiyah's name in here, if we get anything, because it is. Yeah, I did look online yesterday, and nothing came up under him. So I'm just searching YouTube just to see if something. Yeah, when it comes up, when they bring it up, they only bring up oh man. Texas dad Redrum 2-year-old daughter while FaceTiming mom. You gotta be freaking kidding me. I'm gonna have to look into that. Yeah, I don't remember. Lord, he done strangled the baby on FaceTime. Yeah, I don't remember, actually being educated as it relates to Richard in this case, which is to me, I'm not understanding because I want to say I remember them like his charges being dropped. So now, but they said that he was arrested and charged with 6 counts of Redrum. And you guys tell me what you think. I want to go over. I don't think I've ever covered it on this channel. I don't know if y'all heard about the Markeith Lloyd case from Florida. When I tell you, I was the whole time he was on a run, I was down the rabbit hole. It was crazy. It was all day I was on. That's an interesting case that I never got into on the channel. Maybe I'll do Markeith Lloyd because it is just bizarre. There was so much information, like it was just crazy. His relationship from the beginning with the young lady and how they was hanging out, and it just looked crazy. So I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do the Markeith Lloyd trial. I'm just gonna probably do like certain parts of the trial, but that was a good case too. Something that I wouldn't mind revisiting because I never, when I was looking into that case, I was not doing content on my channel. So I think it was a good one because his court testimony was so interesting. When I tell you he's off his rocker for real, he's off his rocker for real. And he done unalived the girl from talking about because she was pregnant by him and was eating pork. And then when he got on the stand talking about his bowel movement, the color of his bowel movement, I was just like, Lord, take me now. Just take me right on now, because what is he talking about? And even if there was some validity to what he was saying, why are you? It was just so weird, y'all. Yeah, I think that's what I want to cover live. But we'll see. I have cases lined up. When I do premieres, I'll try to be in the comments for most of them. But yeah, there is no update that I see on Richard Davis, and I think that it's so wrong. That if he didn't serve any time, that is crazy to me. So, yeah, that is crazy to me. The world is crazy, y'all. Make sure y'all stay safe out there. Check on your loved ones, especially the ones that you think are strong. They're going through more than you ever know. As you all know, they have this war going on, and like I said, these are crazy times. I would never. I can't believe that I'm sitting here today saying that we are in a war. But I can believe it. But if it was anybody else that was over our country, I would probably say like I can't believe it, but in a way I can. And it's all stems back, and this is just my opinion, to the Epstein files and things that were going to be revealed. I know that they said that if they did bomb, they were going to release the information that they have on according to what they say, that the leaders of Iran is saying that they have information about Trump. They have in very compromising positions with children, and that's alleged because that's what people are saying that Iran said. So, and of course, I did hear today somebody saying that Trump is saying he didn't he misinterpreted what Iran was saying. It's a little too late for that. And I want to say that they targeted a property that was supposed to be his in Dubai. Trump's in Dubai, and I don't think that he was. And it's alleged, because I haven't seen anything that's concrete. You can't trust the news station. I'm telling you, if you're watching the news, you're better off watching the independent channels that are here on YouTube. I'm going to just tell you some of my favorites. Like some, you can believe whatever you want to believe, but I want to believe that I'm getting there's some truth to some of the news that I'm digesting. I just don't digest a lot of it. So I know Don Lemon is, I watch him, and then like sometimes I'm just like, all right, I'm going to go over here to the Mighty Midas. I watch sometime Legal AF. And they're all Legal AF, Midas, the Midas channel. They all work together. It's a young kid. He's very young. He does a lot of debates. I do watch him. He's part of the Midas, but I cannot remember what his name is right now. But I do watch him. Joy Reid. Sometimes I might go over to her channel and stuff, and we just need to stay informed right now. So that and I know a lot of people are just like, you know what, I'm just not going to vote. I'm not going to do this. And I mean, we had bad times, but like the times like now people can't afford food. People can't afford, to pay their bills and things like that. I just think that, people need to start paying more attention. So I'm not telling anybody. People need to start voting for the person and not the party. That's what I believe. Like I said, I always look at the person. I don't normally tell which party I'm for, but if I do vote, I look at the person. If I not feeling comfortable with the person, then I'm going to go the other way. But I do believe that votes matter. There's a lot of people that lost their life so that we do have the freedom to vote. And right now is not the time for us to sit on our hands and not vote, because they're trying to take that right from you. So if they're trying to take the right from you, then you know already that it's important that you do vote. Because if it didn't matter, they wouldn't be trying so hard to rig elections or change the rules at the last minute about, ID versus real ID. I knew it was something behind that real ID mess they got at the motor vehicle. I said, this makes no sense. This makes no sense. I'm here to take a picture, but this is not a real ID. Come on, y'all. And so then now you need all these extra documents now in order for me to get an ID, only for you to tell me to wait. It's coming in the mail. I said, what in the Sam here? So yeah, I'm just saying, I don't like to talk politics, like I said, but I like to stay informed. But I do like to watch real news. I don't like the alternative. Dr. G is a psychologist here on YouTube. If you're not following Dr. G, I think that it's worth giving him a follow. He's not the news, he's not any of that, but he is tearing those Epstein files apart. And so he does a body language. He's a body language expert, very informative about, like, he's really, really good. And his videos are about, maybe he averages about like 10 to 20 minutes maybe. And when he does a 20-minute video, like, or 25 minutes, it's more than likely because what he's reporting on is heavier than, what he would with a video that's a little less than that. So I say all like to say, like, you'll go over there, you get a lot of education from him, and he is just reporting about on what he finds. He's not talking about no particular party. He is just going through, finding things, bringing awareness, and oh my goodness, I love Dr. G, because I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I can come over here and get some real news from Dr. G, because he got these Epstein reports, and he has an interesting theory about it's not a theory. I mean, he looked into it about Jeffrey Epstein, which was what he says. Not the first time that I heard it, but I can tell you, I worked in a prison. I can tell you that a jail, a county jail, and a prison, and I can tell you that correction officers they do not handle giving out uniforms. I wish I would. They are not handing out uniforms at 10 something at night, because the inmates work, and they are the ones that wash the uniforms, give them out. The first time I saw Jeffrey Epstein's cell, I already said that's all wrong. I don't care. And all the states across all of the different states across the country, corrections basically they kind of like run the same when it comes to how many uniforms they give they provide inmates, how many sheets and blankets that they have. And one of the reasons why they do that is to prevent people from having too much cloth, so that they don't hang up. And so when I saw the cell, and I'm like, wait a minute, it's about 6, 7, or 8 uniforms in there. Nah, that don't pass the smell test. In most jails, 2 uniforms is the maximum. 2 uniforms. If you're a trustee, you may be able to get away with having 3 uniforms because you're working, but a lot of times they tell the trustee, you right there doing the laundry, so they're always able to get switch out their uniforms when they're at work. So, but the trustees come to the floor, they bring their uniforms. They're not letting anybody bring any uniforms to any inmates after lockdown time. Inmates don't move at the lockdown time. That has to be approved. In order for you to take an inmate out of their cell, after lockdown time, it has to be approved by a sergeant or a lieutenant. And a lot of times they send extra manpower to the area, because you have some inmates that they fake illnesses and stuff after hours, because like they want to be out of the cell, or they already have planned something. And so inmate may be like, oh, I'm really, really sick, I need to go to medical. You pop the door and they pop you in the head. So it is a thing. And here is another thing. This is another thing. I don't care how much the law enforcement works on the street. If you're a cop, if you're a judge, if you are an outsider of corrections, they do not the Department of the Corrections does not share information with cops, judges, anybody that's not working in the jail. They do not share that information. So when you're watching a case and you hear inmate's attorney say, well, let's see if they can move him, if we can get him moved, or they'll ask the judge, can you tell the jail to move him? He's saying that his roommate is doing X, Y, and Z. Or can you tell the judge to move him because this X, Y, Z? That's why you hear judges say, I can make a recommendation, but we don't have anything to do with how the jail runs. And they're not lying. It is a security thing. It is definitely a security thing. And letting outside people know how your security runs inside the jail is it is detrimental to the workplace. So they're very strict when it comes to who knows how a jail runs. And I'm telling you, no judge, no cop that's in blue out on the street. If it's not a sheriff's department that is a part of corrections, a lot of the sheriff's department do something else versus what the Department of Corrections do. Sheriffs don't know. They're dropping off inmates. I'm going to drop this inmate off. They drop an inmate off to the Sally Port, and then the correction officer takes it from there. Very nobody's trying to get. So that's some of these jails that I see where they got like broken doors and all types of stuff. That wouldn't be me. I wouldn't be working in there like that, because at the jail and prisons that I worked at, if a cell door is broken or whatever, an inmate's not staying in that cell. But when you get to state, it's a little different. Like they don't have any. Well, at the jail that I worked in, the state facility I was at, they didn't have any. It's like no door. It's like a dorm style. Like they had like 3 hallways on this side, on one side, 3 like hallways on the other, and then it's a catwalk, and then you have a bunch of bunk beds against the wall. Very tight knit corners, and it's about 8 to 12 inmates on each one of the wings. They call them wings. So 3 wings on this side, 3 wings on the other side, and they have about 8 to 12 inmates in there, and it's bunk beds. So it's up and down bunk beds, long rows of bunk beds. So imagine working in a state prison where I worked at night. There is nothing to close. It's just you. The only thing that's locked is the door to get into the housing units. That's the only thing that's locked. But in the county jail, no, there is different. They have what they call pods now, and all the new jails that are built. And I see a lot of prisons on, TV and stuff like that, where the officers are behind a glass and behind the partition and cushions and stuff like that. Not the jail that I worked at. Nah, we was right on the floor. We had some tape around the control panel and where we sat, and basically we was like, oh, you know what, you can't come past that. It's none of that the stuff that you see where we sitting in the bubble and we on the floor. We in the paint. We worked 1 officer to 48 inmates, 2 to 96 in the paint on the floor. Only thing that they got, like I said, is some tape around the desk. You be like, well, hold on, stand behind the tape. What can I help you? How can I help you? Can you pop my door? All types of stuff. Like just want to be, walking up on you and stuff like that. But I see these other jails where the doors and stuff is swinging, and you got just they able to walk out the cell. And I'm not going to say that some of these inmates know how to jam a lock and pop a door. Yeah, it happens, but you got to be on your toes, and you're gonna normally you catch on to that like right away, because you got your inmates that's going to tell it. Can I see you in Sally Port a minute? You got they planning to bust out a 12B14 tonight. And so and you get most of your information from inmates. But it ain't all that like, oh yeah, we sitting behind a glass and sit on. No, not where I worked at. And they do watch, and they do take advantage of people at that time. Like I said, I had one inmate. He was mad because his time was over at the county jail where we were, but he had a detainer in another county, so that he couldn't go home, and because they had a hold on him, so he had a detainer. So the jail said, and the other county said, you know what, we want him. We'll be there before like the 72-hour period is up. And so the guy got so mad, he waited for my partner to go to lunch. So it was just me on myself. And I was nice enough to call downstairs and tell you why you're not getting B&B here today, sir. But then you decide this super Negro decided that he was gonna wait till my partner with the lunch and get the mop handle. He broke the mop handle in half. He was upstairs on the second floor, and he would come downstairs. But what he didn't know is at the time you can basically count on your trustees. A lot of the trustees are very protective over the officers, especially if you're a female officer. Like, it's just like, yeah, you're not about to do that up in here. So yeah, he had, and not only did he not know that the floor that we were on was where the officers' gym was, and so it was lunchtime. So you had all these, because you know these correction officers think they rah and they big and they all, and some of them are. So you know, everybody in there trying to outdo the next person and lifting weights. So they pumping. All I had to do was like, I'll push a button. But the trustees, I had two trustees. He came down there, and the one trustee knocked him out. And then here come all of the people that I work with. They were in the gym. They all in t-shirts and stuff because they take their shirts out to walk out. It was just a wrong place, wrong time. Fun fact about me, I will just let this out. Fun fact about me, I as a kid growing up, I took karate, style Goju Kenpu, right? And so Goju Kenpu is a style where you fight closed fist. And when I started working in corrections, I went to my sensei, and he taught me how to use everything in the jail as a weapon. So yeah, I had that leverage. And so you could be 300 pounds, you could be 100 pounds. I knew how to do like little moves that will take you out, whether you're 300 pounds or 100 pounds. It works the same because you never see it coming, and it's done so fast. Like, you'll be like, what in the heck? My brother was picking at me one day, and I just was like, leave me alone. I don't feel like playing. Next thing I know, his nose was busted and bleeding. I told you I didn't feel like playing. You didn't listen to me. I don't feel like playing. So yeah, I know a little something like, yep. And so yeah, so that's just what it was. So he was coming down with the stick. My mind was already going to what I was about to do, but thank God for the trustees. I didn't have to do anything because the trustee knocked them out. So that's just a little fun fact about me. I studied martial arts from like 7th grade until I think until 11th. When I was in 11th grade, I stopped. But then when I got the job as a corrections officer, I went back just to brush up on some stuff and for my sensei to work with me to show me how to defend my daggone self. Because they wasn't going to take a sister out like that. And I'm here. And so, I don't know. I'm going to think about if I want to do like a birthday stream tomorrow, even though my birthday is on Monday. I'm going to think about whether I want to do a birthday stream tomorrow or Monday. And I will let you guys know. Either way. But it wouldn't be me if I didn't end the show by bringing awareness that men get breast cancer too. Because of the stigma surrounding the word breast, we've changed the word to peck and or chest cancer for men over here on the Survivor Speaks channel. So we're going to keep bringing awareness that men get breast cancer too. And to all of my ladies, make sure you hit the like button and share if you're coming in on a replay. If you're stopping by on the replay, hit the like, share, leave a comment, hype the video up. And if you haven't hyped my videos up before and you have time, just go through them and you've already watched them, swipe over, you'll see something that says hype. That's another free way to support the show and get the videos out here into the algorithm. I want to say that your girl is back. I think I'm gonna have to just, work on it, like, on my anxiety and everything else to make sure I can keep my schedule up, because your girl is going through it right now. But I'm trying to use this as a way to move forward. So to all my ladies, please make sure you're getting your mammograms and filling on your boobies to make sure that you are all right. Don't you deal with anybody coming into your house and disturb the peace that passes all understanding. I'm Survivor Speaks. I'll see you guys in the next live or the next premiere video. Happy birthday to me. Thank you. Leave those happy birthday well wishes down in the comments, or you can wait till Monday, which is March 2nd. That's my birthday. I'm a Pisces, and it's spicy season. So I'll see y'all later. Bye.
If you have made it to the end of the video, you are the real MVP. So don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.